Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, and we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing this morning?
Good.
Carmen, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Yeah, I had to feel it out. I had to feel it out and see how Carmen's going to feel. It dictates my day.
Me?
Yeah, when you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm happy. I'm just tired.
Are you?
Yeah, both my dogs are sick. Carlos is getting over it. Cowboy.
Carlos is the greatest name.
Carlos is getting over it. Cowboy is getting it. And Cowboy got up like 6 times last night to go to the bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where Carlos, he would hide into it. So then we just have to find it and pick it up.
Really?
It was gross. Yeah, where Cowboy, he's very vocal. And literally every hour, half hour, he woke me up. Like,
Oh, he talks like me?
yeah. That's literally how he does. Stands at the door, so they got to get up, let him out. Since it rained, got to sit there, clean his paws, wipe his butt, da-da-da. So literally, I got like maybe an hour of sleep last night.
Yeah,
And
that stinks.
I'm just tired, really. That's it. But in a good mood.
Yeah. All right, good.
Love you.
I have Fox 13 on, and I don't know what's on. Well, I mean, I know what it is. It's that show, The Dish. I don't know why that's on, and the news is not on, but I must have hit the wrong thing. But anyway, do you remember that? The Dish, they asked us to be on that, and we said no. and I think that's one of the best moves we've ever made. I don't think that it would have done anything for us.
No,
we would have just been mixed in with a bunch of other radio yahoos talking about girls' dresses that we never cared about before.
and because there's people that were on it that told us they were on it, and I go, oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know.
That's the thing. That was the day. The reason why I said it. I was like, I don't want to be on it. And I remember Keith was like, "Why?" And I go, "Because I would never watch it." And
Right.
that's the reason why. I mean, sometimes you just gotta make smart moves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. My heart's Spanish. I can't make too many smart moves.
Yeah, no, I don't know what that feels like.
I'm just saying, you were my last smart move.
Oh,
I wasn't really saying that, Carmen. I just tried to be nice the last second.
Rude.
Yeah.
Let me have this one thing,
Gio,
Carmen. Come on.
Gio, you should also be offended by this.
Oh,
No. I was joking. I don't know. Joe?
Yes,
Can I
Mike.
have my remote control back sometime?
Yes.
I can't change any of the channels. It's making me very frustrated.
Okay. I
trying
thought we
to
had
do
a
it.
second one that used to be
I don't know what
upstairs.
happened to it. It's
Did you
just-
take it home? What happened?
No, it's out. It's out on the bone. What is it?
The green room monitor.
Yeah, the
for Bone
YouTube.
TV.
You want me to grab it real quick?
Why don't you use one of your 18 Apple Watches and change the channel?
I'm trying.
Figure
I
it out.
can't. You know how hard it is to talk and have fat fingers and try to do this all at once?
I do.
Well, maybe wait until the break.
Well, I can't. I like to see what's
I like
going
to
on
watch
while we're
TV
talking.
while I'm on the radio.
Makes me feel comfortable to know where Charlie Belcher is every morning before I get started.
I get
Text
that.
him.
You know what I'm saying? I do text him every morning. He shuts his phone off. And I said, why don't you ever keep your phone on? Maybe I'm sending you stuff that could be useful for television. He goes, first of all, no. And second of all, because I know what you're going to do. I'm going to be live and you're going to send me pictures of boobs and stuff. And I'm like, yep.
Yep.
You got me.
100%.
you got me. And I'm sorry I tried to hide it for a second. All right. Dink, 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 dink. All right. I think I'm good now. My wife is awake and crying because she had to drive my son to the airport this morning.
Oh, yeah.
She called me up and she's like, hi. I go, how? He's not leaving for college. He's going to be back on Sunday. I know. I'm just so nervous.
Oh.
Now
The
she's
start.
listening to me as I talk to the world about her crying.
Yeah.
She wanted me to go with him.
Yeah, she did. She wanted me to go with him. I was like, I'm not going.
I would.
She wanted you,
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
to go to, where is he going?
LA.
California?
Yep.
Yeah.
LA?
Yep.
As like a chaperone?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, your
I think-
wife makes bad decisions.
Yeah.
No, I think
I've
it's
been
more
there
like.
before.
See, I think it's more like the bear decision. Joey can outrun Joe.
Oh,
so,
jeez.
like, if they,
So then, if something happens, I'm sacrificed.
right,
Yeah.
Okay.
like if they get attacked,
No, you should have said Tom.
Well, that is usually what we do because Tom will drive him to a gig.
Yeah.
So if he tells me I'm going to see a rap show in Ybor City at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, that sounds insane. But if Tom is taking him, don't worry, boss, I got him.
Yep.
I know he's safe. I know Tom will sacrifice his life like a Green Beret to make sure that kid gets in the car and gets home safe. So
100%.
I'm good.
Didn't Tom drive to Wisconsin to get the dog?
No, he flew to Pennsylvania and then drove out to the country.
Yeah, so this is right in his wheelhouse.
Right, he knows how to retrieve a hostage if he has to.
Also, Carmen, to your analogy there, most bears aren't chucking clouds and smoking pot. And,
Well,
you know.
But that's how they get. That's how the bear finds them.
Also, a bear has a better chance of driving than Joe does.
I picture my son and Joe in a nightclub. Joe dressed like that. My son dressed hip like he'd be in a nightclub. And somebody comes by and goes, "You guys want some cocaine?" And my son go, "No." And Joey and Pap go, "Oh yeah, cocaine. Cocaine. Cocaine's good.
My
Cocaine's
heart's
good.
strong.
That's what you do in LA.
Yeah.
I imagine Joe trying to explain to your son that this is what Hollywood was back in the 80s.
Yes.
oh, baby.
And saying
Not
he
the
still knows all the
same
spots. And
anymore.
Going to the
stuff,
Seven Veils and all the old strip clubs that nobody goes to anymore.
yeah. To only find out that the place changed in the last 3 decades.
Right.
Yeah.
It's now a transgender strip club.
We'd figure it out. Don't we?
Yeah. And I can see Pap in the transgender strip club going, "Oh, that's different, but we're here." You know?
You got any singles, Joe?
In 1985, this was a great place.
That's right.
Well, I for one, I'm glad you didn't go.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really like LA that much.
I do enjoy LA, but I
like
enjoy it to
people.
visit.
Yeah, I don't like the people though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mess with people. I go there to see the people I know, and then I'm out. Oh, storm delays at Tampa International Airport. This should make things even better for my wife.
God.
Yeah, it's getting nasty today.
Well, good because it didn't get nasty yesterday. It
There
was
was flooding in Sarasota, like
Yeah.
a foot.
yeah,
Yeah, here
south.
it didn't.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
They said South Miami was going to be bad, and down there would be bad. But it was. I got like light rain for about a half hour here, which is good for my grass, but that was it.
Yeah, they're saying for the active hurricane season that's going to be mostly where it's going to be is South Florida.
Well,
That
sorry
we're
about
gonna
you,
get-
look.
You know, we're going. Well, don't jinx it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We're obviously going to get some of the stuff, whatever, but the brunt of it is going to be down south.
We got the
But-
Indian burial mounds though.
But it's also, way early, and you can't predict everything, so you never know.
We
so
got the
don't
what, Joe?
So don't say smart ass stuff like, "Well, sorry about your luck."
Indian burial mounds. That's traditionally what people think is the reason we never get hit. With a
Where are
hurricane
the Indian burial mounds?
They're in Pinellas.
And when he says people, he says dopers like him.
Yeah.
Where
smoke weeds.
where in Pinellas? How come I have never heard about this?
Because it's not. It's a local. It's a local legend.
Oh, it's not real.
No, it's
I mean,
real.
it's not, like I can't go visit them today.
I think you can. I think there's one in South St. Pete, like in that Sawgrass Lake
I'm out.
area, and then up in Clearwater.
You had me at South St. Pete.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I say to that? I say, "Hey, you.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
You're gonna make it.
No, help it.
Yeah.
Keep
You're
it
gonna make
in
a
line.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Indian Mound Park.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, in St. Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We keep them away, hurricane.
Yeah, well, they
That's
said
right.
they did some ritual or whatever. That's the lore, is that they did a ritual. That's why they never get a direct hit.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of Ancient Aliens over the weekend.
Now you're speaking my language.
Well, it wasn't really that guy with the weird hair and the face. It was that show, but there was a scientist on, and the scientist was basically breaking down the obvious. Like he was saying, this, and this is that. Like he was showing ancient places of worship and how they directly lined up with constellations,
Yeah.
and that pictures that they had there were very similar to people landing from other planets and all that stuff. And he goes, it made it seem very much like we were put here and we were created by somebody else. And I think there probably is life out there. I think they just don't care about it.
Well, so there's this theory that's been going around for a long time. I think they even made a movie about it, Mission to Mars, with Tim Robbins, where the original humanoids or whatever you want to call them it was on Mars, and then something happened to the atmosphere on Mars, and they sent a ship to Earth and then left to go explore more of the galaxy.
Oh,
and that
so
we
this was
are
like one of
descendants
the-
from them. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We got here and then remultiplied.
Yeah.
There was a show that I think it was on Showtime, and it was what's his name, who was in the movie where he was the super mean band director.
Oh,
With the drummer and
J.K.
Schillinger.
Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons. Yeah, Schillinger from HBO from Oz. and it was where they went through this thing, and it was them, but from a different dimension, and it looked like it was going to be really cool. And
It's garbage.
I think it was one season
Yeah.
and out. It, wound up not doing anything. I think that's more likely is that there's us in other dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
Then somebody sent us here or whatever. Yeah.
But I just wonder why we can't. Like, how many generations of trying to figure out where we came from and we can't figure it out?
I think we probably have figured it out. They just don't want anybody to know. They would rather us keep it in our little bubble society and keep going to work every day and not worrying about that kind of stuff.
And if you're from the future or from a more advanced dimension, and we here in this dimension figure it out, you can always go back and give them the Men in Black.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting close.
Yeah.
Get down there, Jake, and figure out beep beep and do it.
So you're saying that the eclipse makes us all forget everything every once in a while? Huh?
Yeah. By the way, did you see the article I sent you from
The fake
Germany?
eclipse?
Yeah, the fake eclipse stuff. By the way, there is actual science that proves that our bodies here on Earth are better adept to if we were on Mars. Because of the distance, our eyes would be smaller because of here because we're closer to the sun. Like Asian people. Yeah, a little bit.
Told you.
Yeah. Like when astronauts go into space, their bodies, their circadian rhythm is actually I think on like 25 hours or 26, and it would be the perfect distance if you lived on Mars. So there's all this weird stuff.
Yep. I'm telling you, Asian people are just direct descendants.
Yeah.
Of,
There's some wild
Martians.
stuff, man. Yeah.
Figured that out. Then told it to Dr. Kaku, who was Asian.
That's the
Did
best.
not receive it very well.
Oh.
Who was Asian / a quantum physicist.
Yeah.
And he said,
Who didn't go, you moron. He went, well, the reason I can say that that's not true is because we have the same DNA.
Yeah.
He has such a cadence when he talks, it makes you feel like you want to listen to everything that he says.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is one of the better ones I like to listen to because he makes real complicated stuff sound simple.
I just figure he hung up the phone that day and went, what a bunch of morons those guys were.
how many more of these do I have to do? I went to school for 24 years. I have to talk to these idiots.
That, I think, was Moose that got him on the show. Or maybe. No, Moose
You
got
saying he's better than Spanish?
No. I mean, there's some ways.
Moose does.
No, in it was Stan Lee that Moose got on the show. And I said, oh, man, how'd you get that? He goes, I just called, and he answered the phone. And I went, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, hello. And I go, and he knew right away it was Stan Lee. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Excelsior.
Yeah. Excelsior.
When's that Deadpool movie come out?
July 4th weekend?
Is it July 4th weekend?
I think so, around there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I think that's going to be the first movie that brings me to the movie theater in a little while.
That's gonna be really
Taylor
good.
Swift not going to be in there like everybody thought.
I read that. I read
July
that.
26th.
Oh,
is when it's
26th.
coming
Can
out,
I
yeah.
just tell you, if I wanted to keep that a surprise, it's exactly what I would say too. No Taylor Swift in
Yeah.
my movie.
I'm guessing they don't want all the Swifties who are primarily underage going to a rated R movie.
I would
yeah.
100% be telling them that she's in the movie so that they
Yeah.
all buy tickets.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
The people that want to make the most money in the world.
Maybe.
This is going to be the Top Gun, the movie that saves Hollywood, because
Yeah.
nobody is going to the movies.
No.
That one movie that just came out that what was it? Something last week I read made $103 million, and it cost $100 million to make.
Yeah.
So its first weekend they got their money back, but they're not making any money yet.
I don't know whether I talked about this or not, but last week I was flipping through and Multiplicity was on with Michael Keaton, which is such a great movie.
So good.
Did you know that was a bomb?
What?
It was a total bomb. It cost like $43 million to make, and it made like $21 million at the box office.
I didn't
or
know
something.
that.
Yeah, I don't know how much it made in like
DVD
DVD
sales.
or whatever. Yeah. I don't even know if DVD back then. It may have just been VHS. But yeah, that's such a great movie.
It really is.
Yeah, I don't know. I never wonder. Like there's a lot of movies where like Shawshank.
Shawshank,
It was a
yeah.
bomb,
Well,
you know?
the crazy thing about Shawshank too is that Shawshank, Forrest Gump, like two other movies all came out in the same year, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You get overshadowed by other movies,
Yeah.
you know, because Forrest Gump was the one everybody was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what if I would have went to see Shawshank in the movie theater and walked out, I would be like, that movie was great.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, yeah.
telling that to everybody. I don't know. I haven't been. I think the last movie I saw in the theater was Top Gun. Is that possible? Has anybody
Yeah.
been to the movie since that?
I saw Ghostbusters,
Oh, you in the theater?
Frozen Empire.
How
yeah.
was that?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Not as good as the one before that.
Is it worth watching?
I would say no.
You already had me. Yeah.
If you love Ghostbusters,
I don't.
then no.
I saw Dune 2 in the theaters. That was good.
Still haven't watched it.
Awesome.
By the way,
I tried to watch Dune 1. Oof.
yeah, right.
It's very slow.
Right.
Like, what is happening? Where's the worm at? I want to see the worm, man.
Show me the worm.
Yeah,
And
it was too much.
Yeah.
I was so surprised that I liked it.
It was good.
Yeah,
The second
I'm
one's good too.
surprised.
I had to watch it like twice before I understood what was happening.
Yeah.
Once I understood it, I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
Forrest Gump, Shawshank Redemption, and Pulp Fiction all came out in '94.
wow.
Yeah,
What?
isn't that crazy?
It was
Yeah.
a good year.
It also had Quiz Show and Four Weddings and a Funeral were all up for the Best Picture for the Oscar.
I remember seeing Forrest Gump in the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember seeing Pulp Fiction in the theater. I was back living in Staten Island for a year, and I went to see it with my buddies, and it did not sit well with me.
No.
That Marcellus Wallace stuff was like, I don't know, it just didn't. I liked the movie. I thought the movie was really good, but I was like,
Ooh, that's tough. That's a toughie.
it was tough. I mean, I could, because I loved Reservoir Dogs, and I thought this is going to be great, and True Romance and all those movies, but
Oof.
I saw that and I was like, yeah, this is poor Bruce Willis. And when Bruce Willis, the anxiety that I got when Bruce Willis went back to the house to try and get all his stuff and get the girl and get out of there, I was like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I want pancakes. You know, I was like, go, run, get out of there. That made me so,
Tarantino makes unbelievable movies.
He really does, man.
What's the best?
I really like Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's good. You think better than Django?
I love Django.
Yeah.
Django's so good.
Django is good. I
That
really like
one,
the dialogue.
Christoph Waltz and Django is so good.
You have not seen the Kill Bill movies, right?
I've not.
Yeah, those are pretty
those
good.
I mean, I've seen a little bit of them,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's
The
too many
first
swords.
one's better than the second one.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
Really?
They're
Yeah.
very good.
What's the one where she busts through from underground?
Kill Bill.
Yeah,
That's
Kill Bill.
The first one?
First one.
I saw a little bit of that. I didn't.
Yeah, but
not
it's
like
also
it.
you have to go into it thinking about the old kung fu movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Where
Same thing
they're-
with Pulp
they're-
Fiction.
They're
yeah.
flying through the trees and
Oh,
they're doing
yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff where it's walking on swords.
Fits
Doing
the
all
story
kind of,
as the style of the movie.
Yeah. I get it. I just don't know. I liked his straight violent movie. Like Reservoir Dogs was one of the most amazing movies I'd ever seen, and I remember trying to tell everybody about it. And nobody wanted to watch it with me.
But also in Kill Bill, Lucy Liu, that whole.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe some of the greatest films ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool.
It's good. The whole cast is good, isn't it? Michael Madsen's awesome
Yes,
in that
he
movie.
is.
Black Mamba.
Yeah.
Why is Michael Madsen only good in Tarantino movies?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like he seems like he'd be great in anything, and he's not.
I like him in Donnie Brasco.
Even that though, he's kind of like a little over the top,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
A little bit.
You know?
Scott Tarantino just knows how to write for Michael Madsen.
I think you might. I think you might be right.
Yeah,
That
and knows
weird-
how to tell him what to do.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
He's great in Kill Bill, man.
He really is so good.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was the other guy that died. What's his name? The guy.
Sizemore.
Sizemore.
Yeah.
Sizemore.
Sizemore, who was great in so many different things. He
Yeah.
was so good in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
But Michael
he's a good-
Madsen does not look good for his age.
No, he's got to be like 60-something years old.
I mean, he's 66.
Yeah.
But
Well, you
it's
remember-
a rough 66.
Yeah. You remember we saw that picture of like his like decrepit house with him hitting the heavy bag.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
just
That was
fat.
Cribs.
What was it? Yeah, he's like fat with his shirt off with a heater, and he's like hitting the heavy bag, and like 3 other guys live in his house.
No,
or
it's his
something.
kids. He made his kids work out every day. They had to work out for an hour every day.
Because he seems like a real health nut.
Yeah. I don't even. I bet you he just did that for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even have a heavy bag. It was like a laundry bag stuffed with other stuff hanging out in his
He had just a
backyard.
big hockey duffel bag that he got and put a chain around it.
My Uncle John gave me a heavy bag when I was a kid, like his old bag, and I hung it on the laundry line outside at my grandmother's house. Just put my family was all construction, so they made a laundry line, but it was cemented in the ground with big poles. So I threw it up there, and it was a canvas bag, like the hard one, and I would just punch it bare knuckle all the time. Yeah, and I would go out there and I'd box and my knuckles would be bloody and it'd be bloody on the thing, and I was like, how does everybody do this? Like I didn't quite understand how that kept going.
Is that why you think you can take Spanish?
Oh my God.
You're
From-
so
yeah.
early. You ain't no
Memories.
canvas bag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang Spanish in the end of the laundry line at the end of the fight.
I do have some information about that.
Okay.
About
So
hanging
somebody
from-
asked me if that was happening for sure
All right.
because he's been challenged to a fight.
Somebody else has been challenged?
Will asked me, "Is the Mike and Spanish fight happening?" I said, "They said they're gonna fight because Dizzy called him out."
Yeah.
And did you see what Dizzy was putting up for the prize?
No.
The after show.
Can he do that?
Wow. I mean,
Wow.
he's the host of the after show, and he said that he would whoop Will's ass, and if Will won, he could host the after show.
Permanently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Off-
Like
wow.
he takes over as the host of the after
That's
show.
how Dizzy got it. He beat Carmen in a fight.
Dizzy's trying to get rid of the after show.
Which, by the way, I'm not mad at. If Will hosts it, I mean, you know,
No.
Yeah.
whoever wants to host it, whatever. But that's a pretty good.
I have never seen Will fight, but Will is significantly bigger than Dizzy.
Yeah.
What Will said to me is it happening? Because if it is, I need to start training and running again and getting into shape.
Oh man, that's not a good sign. I'm ready to fight Spanish tomorrow.
Well, yeah, because okay,
What?
but I mean, most people would say, if I'm in a fight,
Yeah.
maybe I should train a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. I'm confident enough where I
Right.
say I will fight Spanish tomorrow and beat him.
Yeah, which is
And-
wild.
Yeah. and I don't know. I feel like if Will, because of the size difference between Will and Dizzy, Will should have the confidence of I'm going to kill Dizzy. Like I'm confident that I will kill Spanish.
Yeah, but also you want to be in your best. You know, you want to be the best you can be.
Sure.
Yeah, I could probably go out and hit a baseball from somebody throwing it. If I'm going against a major league pitcher, I should probably train for a while. You know what I mean? Like
A couple weeks at least.
yeah,
Like the guy should throw the first pitch. Get out and throw a pitch
exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't
You-
make your first pitch you threw in 20 years be the one in front
Yeah.
of 20,000 people.
right.
That always blows my mind.
And even like top athletes have like preseason training camp
Yeah.
to get ready.
Get warmed up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, if I was getting ready to fight Spanish and it was a date, I would hang the heavy bag outside and go out there on
Yeah.
the crow's line a little bit and get it going.
Well, what I think is we need to set a date because we already have 2 fights.
I don't know if we could do it. I mean, I'm ready to do it.
I mean, what if
I
we did
mean-
it just not through the show or the station?
Yeah, it's underground. We're going
somehow,
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight
Carmen,
club.
it's easy to say, but somehow Will punches Dizzy in the spine and breaks his neck and he can't walk anymore. And who is going to get sued in that whole thing?
You.
11
No
refrigerators.
one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but you make it so they can't.
Carmen, I'll quote you. Follow the money.
Mhm.
They're going to come right after the one guy who they can
Oh.
get money from.
So are you admitting that you're rich?
Compared to Will and Dizzy, yes. Yes.
Here's the thing.
Finally.
Here's the thing. Later on today, anybody who's interested in fighting is going to have an envelope show up from who knows who about a fight that's going to be happening at the Indian burial grounds.
With the mutual combat contract inside it.
Yes.
Get through that, and you'll be fine.
Who said? I don't know. I mean, if you want to fight, show up.
This is like that movie with the magicians, where we just all show up at the same place. Look at that dog. The dog eating a hot dog.
Dogs wearing hats are the best.
It really is. Yeah, it really is. Jenkins has a bow tie now. It's the
Oh,
cutest
yeah.
thing I've ever seen.
Listen, Mabel and Hazel are girls, but I don't like to think of them as girls. I like to just think of them as dogs. And whenever the groomer does it, they put little bows in their ear, and I go, all right, let's take these out. This is ridiculous. I feel like they put my boy dogs inside little bows.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I know they're not boys, but let's not grow them up.
Yeah.
Let's just make them dogs. That bugs the hell out of me. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I took them out. I see them, and Amanda goes, "Oh, I see the bows are out." And I go, the bows are bugging me." I don't want to feminize my
Yeah,
dogs.
I think they're great.
My dogs are non-gender.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
They're
Gender
they dogs.
Yeah. Them they.
Whatever.
Yeah.
My little puppies.
They're so cute.
Just so weird. I love watching my wife have fun with the dogs. And just I always go, we're never getting a dog. It's never gonna happen. I hate animals.
Joe used to say that about getting a family.
Yeah.
And look at him now.
Everything good? Everything good at the island?
Everything's
Family
great.
Island?
Yeah, Michael.
Family Island. Yeah.
Family
Family
Island
Island.
is going strong.
You can't call it Whore Island now because there's 3 women that live there, and
Yeah.
we're talking about them, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
certainly not.
Yeah.
And
No
2
one
of the
puts
dogs
teabag
are
in a
girls
corner.
too. We can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, you got 2. You went to a mother, a daughter, and a middle ground,
Yeah.
and then you also have pets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
The pets are awesome.
When's the old lady moving out?
I'm not trying to get her out.
He owns the house. Oh, you mean the other old lady?
Thank you, guys.
She's still on the couch? I thought that was supposed to be like a temporary
God.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know what her plans are, but I haven't asked her recently.
Getting really comfortable.
Yeah,
So
All
at
right,
night,
that's what
when
I
you
like.
guys want to sit down and watch TV,
yeah, it's a family affair.
We sit with her.
but when she's laying down,
When she's laying, she doesn't lay down until it's time to go to bed.
But what if she wants to go to bed early?
yeah, and
Yeah.
you guys are in there
She
just
doesn't go to
drinking.
bed any earlier than I do, so it's never a problem for me.
All right,
Spanish told me he's hating it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
it's hard to bring girls over.
Okay.
Can't walk around with his hog out.
Have to explain who everybody is in the house when people come over.
Can't sit on the couch and just enjoy a TV show.
Yeah, I like to sit on that couch bare ass. Not anymore.
Yeah.
What was that cartoon that you guys used to just sit there and watch over?
Archer?
And over? Archer.
Archer, yeah.
No Archer nights
No
anymore.
Archer nights. No. That's a great cartoon.
It's just the barefoot Contessa
Yep.
and other old
Home and garden.
cooking home and garden shows.
That's right.
I say this as a joke, and this is a guy who watched the Magnolia Channel for 2 hours yesterday.
So good.
They were fixing up beach houses, and I loved it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Gotta have curb appeal, man.
Yeah.
No more Boys Day. None of that.
No more boys' day.
Thank
yeah.
God for that.
Yeah.
I watched Chopped last night, and it was the Pride edition, and it was sassy.
Yeah,
It was
very,
sassy.
yeah.
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 Some guy got mad because we have Pride shirts on caltastore.com, but he was not mad that we were supporting Pride. I think he was gay, and he said that we were monetizing the Pride logo.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what everybody does.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, but St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
Shamrock, Christmas, pumpkins for Halloween. It's just you do what's the season.
Cinco de
want
Mayo. Sombrero.
All right. Yeah. I'm not trying to make money off of the thing. It's available if you want it. Don't buy it. I don't
Yeah.
care. Nobody's getting rich off of this show. I finally broke down and provided merchandise because people are constantly asking for it. And I feel like we've never forced selling stuff on you people ever. I never, like, Galvin said something funny. We have to put it on a T-shirt and sell 500 of them, and that's it. And never.
No.
But a million people have said, "But where can I get a shirt? Where can I get this? Where can I get?" Well, now you got it. You got it. You want to go get it? Get it. You don't? Don't. I don't care.
Plus, does that guy know every $100 that you sell in the shirts that Spanish bangs a dude?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
well,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's too late now.
I'm doing my part
too
too.
late
Right.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually $12, which was real.
Oh,
Spanish
really? I thought it was
Spanish said
100.
that, and they didn't really.
What?
It started at 100. Spanish lowered it to
Yeah, it was really interesting.
I'm a great negotiator.
He said this mustache needs rides.
Oh, wow. Right.
You know, we got to put up his Pipple Toddler shirts too. People are constantly asking for that,
yeah, because Pete keeps telling him I have them. Go
so.
ask
Talk to
Galvin.
Galvin.
I go, what? I don't know.
It depends on how good you hug him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you're hot, Pete, yeah, come over to the shop. You can get one.
Yeah.
Why am I coming here at 2 a.m.? Nah, just don't worry about it.
If you're a girl and you've asked for a shirt and we've all sent you to Galvin, you ain't get one. All right, let's take a break. We'll get the show moving this morning. We got Sporkle when we come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away. We have a very busy show. Galvin has a brand new open letter coming up at 8 o'clock. And then Carlos Mencia will be here with us. He's going to be at the Funny Bone this weekend. He'll be hanging out in the studio with us. Changed his whole plans to come in early
Yeah.
so he can hang out with us.
Hell yeah.
And what else? We have Cody Tucker scheduled because, we have a big announcement. We were going to be on the air tomorrow. We were taking off, but now we're not taking off. So we'll be here. We will be off on Friday, but my plans changed, so I don't have to leave till Friday. So now we'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you doing again?
Don't you worry about it. You have to know everything.
I do. I do.
He's looking for a female co-host.
Oh,
Probably a good idea.
No?
Carmen.
What?
I don't like that.
Well, I don't like when you say stuff like that.
I
Carmen,
didn't say it.
Do you like that I called you a co-host? How about that?
Thanks.
He's looking for the first female co-host. All right, we'll take a break. Sporkle's next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. All right, Carmen, what are we giving away today?
Okay, so we have tickets for Santana.
That is
Counting
Sunday
Crows.
with the Counting Crows. I just found that out.
Yep. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Slash, 30 Seconds to Mars, and Cyndi Lauper.
All right, let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go.
All right, be ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. You ready? Everybody be ready.
Was that good?
Yeah.
I don't know. I turned my headphones down.
Well,
It was good. It was
okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper, and the wrangler of Family Island.
That's correct.
There you go. I was trying to think of a good term to
All
put
right, I'll take Wrangler.
it. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. Well, we just had all that band talk.
Proprietor.
We're going to continue it.
All right, band talk.
Band
Yep.
talk.
Band name by definitions. I'm going to give you the actual definition of the band name. You're going to
All
give
right.
me that band's name. Okay?
Deal.
Get it? Got it?
Got
Good.
it. Goose
Here
yourself.
we go. Of an electrical system or device.
AC/DC.
Galvin. Unidentified flying
UFO.
objects of a kind reported by U.S. pilots during World War II, usually described as bright lights or balls of fire.
I got those.
Kamikaze.
Close.
I don't know.
Anyone?
Foo Fighters.
Fighters.
Yeah, we already guessed.
Yeah, I know. I was just.
Oh,
didn't know
yeah.
if you,
And
Mike
then
was saying
Joe
you
had
knew
to
it.
yell at
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighter.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. Joe. Touch with the lips as a sign. Galvin. A substance that is capable of causing the illness or death.
Poison.
Poison.
Damn it.
Mike Calta. Abbreviation for the term used for the movement of the eyeballs under
REM.
Yeah.
REM. Spanish.
They didn't call themselves REM.
No.
Idiot.
Small red acidic fruit used in cooking. Small red
Cranberries.
acidic Spanish. The origin or mode of formation of something. The origin or mode of formation of something. Genesis. That is the definition.
First book of the Bible.
Yeah.
Phil Collins was the drummer.
That's not the definition, not the game. A transcendent state in which
Nirvana.
there is Galvin. The civil force of a national or local government responsible. Mike Calta and Pap. We are halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He has a total of 0 points. Michael and Spanish both have 2, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 3.
I think I have 3.
No.
Sure.
Gotta keep track of
Did you keep your score?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Look at your
poison.
paper. Yep. And then what else did you have?
The last one.
Right.
The police.
And then what else did you have?
There was one first.
No.
Nirvana.
Before poison. No,
No,
that
I
was
had
Galvin.
Galvin.
What was the
Okay.
very first one?
AC/DC.
That was
I got
Galvin.
that.
Yep.
What was the
Then
second one?
Oh, Jesus.
Foo Fighters.
That was
no one.
nobody. Nobody
Yeah,
got
nobody
that.
got
Yeah.
that.
Two.
All right.
Kiss,
So I got-
Galvin.
You
All right, I
should
got
lose,
2.
You
I
should
got
lose
2.
a point.
I
You
got
should lose a point.
I'll point for me.
Yeah.
No. All right, we are playing band names by definitions. Here we go. Persons who are unwilling to settle for long in one place. Persons who are unwilling to settle for long in one place.
The Traveling
Wilburys.
Wilburys.
Gypsy Kings.
Everyone answered?
No,
Galvin? Nope.
I didn't. I don't know.
The Rolling Stones.
Stones
like-
aren't people.
Yeah, I'm like the Nomads. Was that a band?
The Wanderers.
Yeah.
Next, hinged, sliding, or revolving
Doors.
barriers. Mike.
I mean, it's the
Calda.
Doors, but that's okay.
It's actually just doors.
No,
Nope, it's the
100%.
Doors.
it's the Doors.
100%. They're
You want-
just called
You
doors.
want to bet?
Huh?
Look it up. Look it.
We'll look it up
It's the
afterwards.
Doors. It's
After.
the Doors.
It's called doors.
Your next one, a hollow muscular organ that pumps
Heart.
the blood. Gio on the board.
The heart.
No, that's heart. It's the Doors, and you're gonna feel foolish.
No, I'm not. I'm right.
A fertile spot in the desert where water is
Oasis.
found. Spanish. A person or thing regarded as the greatest threat to a group
Nemesis.
or community.
Public Enemy.
Mike Calta. Move with urgent haste.
Rush.
Mike. Where am I? Large bird of prey with massive.
Eagles.
Spanish. And Pap, we're on the last three.
Yeah, give it to
Gio
me.
is on the board with his single point. Galvin has 3. Spanish has 4. And Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 5.
Doors.
The 5.
The doors.
The 5.
The door.
No, the.
All right. Bands, by definitions, last 3. Here we go. An act of traveling from one place to another.
Train.
Journey.
Oh,
Journey.
Yeah.
Calvin, what'd you say, Gio?
Train. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a bad guess. It's
No, it was not. I just didn't hear it. I just,
Nobody's mocking you.
yeah, no, I was just asking what you said.
It's a pretty fair guess.
It's good.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
Oh, man.
A reproductive female in a colony of
Hole.
social
Oh.
ants, bees,
Queen.
wasps, Spanish.
What's the
And-
score now?
Spanish and Michael are tied with 5. Galvin with 4. Gio with 1.
Wait, what? Okay. Did that backwards. Last one. Here we go. Commentators or reporters on
Talking heads.
television. Galvin.
We are all tied up with 5.
Not all. Not all of us.
Not all. Not Gio.
Gio, you are out.
What?
We go to the extra point.
It's not fair.
Last one. Here we go. A person's child or children. A person's child or children. I'm looking for the band name.
I know it.
I'm going to have to give you a song because I don't have another one.
10 points if I get it. I know
Okay.
it.
I'm going to give you a song. The kids aren't all right.
The Who?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Why did that come up?
I don't know why
Yeah,
you said
that's
that.
the
'cause
Who, and I was.
I know it. I know the answer.
Do you know his song, Gio?
The Offspring.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you. And everyone had the same amount. I
knew it.
typed in the Offspring, and that's the first thing that comes up. The kids aren't all right.
Okay. I felt so smart. I'm like, I'm the only one in the room that knows it right now.
The Offspring.
Yes.
Doors.
Your final score, Gio with 1 single point, Galvin
Offspring.
in Spanish with 5, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 6.
Is that 3 in a row?
No, it's not. It's 1 in a row.
All right. Let me change that. It's been so long.
I know the
Yeah.
feeling. I know the feeling.
No, it's just been a couple days. Yeah, it's just been a couple days.
No,
Michael.
it's been so long since somebody had a rule,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
our last rule?
We had to sing. Integrity.
Oh, yeah.
would you like to look at everything ever written on the internet and everywhere that says the Doors?
No, I don't care.
But you know that
No, I
You're
watched the movie. They just like to call it the Doors.
they may like to call it.
just said
but
the
it's
Doors.
You just said the Doors.
Yeah, I refer to them as the Doors, but the band wanted to just be called Doors.
But they're called the Doors.
Yeah. Congratulations to me.
Yeah.
Let me pick a line. Good morning. Who is
What's
this?
the name of the band?
Eric,
Doors.
good morning, guys.
The Doors.
It's just Eric. It's not the Eric.
Nope, it's not because his name's Eric. But the Doors are the Doors.
Congratulations, Eric. You're
Just
the
like
winner.
The Police.
Thank you guys.
Hold on, Carmen. We'll get you during the break and we'll hook you up, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Hold on. Galvin, what do we have coming up in the news?
Coming up in news, uncanceled 2 for 1 in Hunter or Gatherer.
Oh, boy.
Man.
All right, good. Galvin has your news. We'll dive right into that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. All right, I have something I have to bring up here.
Okay.
Well, I still maintain that the Doors like to be called just Doors.
That's fine. What they could be like to be called Lucy. The name of the band is The Doors.
Well, Lucy would have been a good name, but that's not what they chose. Somebody pointed out something through email that I think I must bring up. So you said the kids, what did you say for the song? The kids aren't all right?
Yes.
And I guessed the Who.
Right.
And then I guessed the Offspring.
Right.
Therefore, I should have been out because
That's-
I put in a guess.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. But
I didn't hear anybody say that.
she said, well, everybody had the same thing. She gave the wrong clue. So that was kind of where I was like, well, he guessed, but it was the wrong
Well, I gave you the clue that I had, and you couldn't get it, but I didn't have another one, so I just looked up The Offspring songs.
Oh yeah, because that was actually one of their songs.
Right.
Oh, okay. I was
So-
thinking it was the Who. Yeah. So you were actually should have been out.
Correct. But he should have been out
I should have been out.
from
Yeah.
guessing. But I didn't have another one. I needed someone to get.
Oh,
that
I was
band.
confused. I thought she gave the wrong clue.
So did I. The way she balked on it,
Right.
I didn't realize that she actually gave an Offspring song.
So no win there.
So I got an asterisk.
Well, I didn't balked on it. I said it, and you guys were like, huh?
So
no,
we're
you said it, and then you pull back on it.
so we're all tied. Do we want to do another one, or that's just no win?
I mean, do we
don't-
have another one?
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I don't have
Right,
another
no,
one.
that's
That's
what I'm
why I
saying.
had to give you guys a song.
Relax, we get it, kid. I'm just saying the scenario.
No, I know.
there.
I'm letting you know.
We're
Could you get one?
I wouldn't count on that
It's a push.
because she'd have to come up with a clue. She'd have to come up with a band and figure out
And
the
then find the
clue to come up with the
definition.
name. You know,
But I mean, think of a band and then just look up the definition of that name. It's not that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
There has to be a winner. There has to be a winner.
I mean, listen, integrity is
Integrity.
what fuels
Yeah,
this
yeah.
ship.
Integrity.
Thank you,
and when
Michael.
I didn't realize, so she said the kids aren't all right, not the kids are all right.
Right.
Therefore, Carmen gave the right clue. I gave the wrong answer. Technically, I should not get that win. I say we just mark it as that day as a tie.
Mark
Go
it
back
zero.
in the archive Spanish.
No tie.
no
No
tie.
tie.
Well, what do we do?
I think Gio gets it.
I think
Thank you.
He actually knew it.
I knew the answer. The
Yeah.
But
Offspring.
he was out.
I know.
Right, so he
Then that's
can't.
out. So it's between Spanish and I.
Yeah.
You want me to give you one?
Yeah.
If you have a actual definition of a band, and then we give you the band's name. Are we?
I'm okay with that.
We're good.
Yeah.
And do you have one? You good?
No.
Or are you
I
just
can be.
thinking of one?
Yeah.
Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look up the actual definition of whatever band you're thinking of?
Well, because all the bands that are coming to my head aren't real words, so I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
Oh God, I got
Carmen, did you find one or no?
I'm looking for the definition right now.
okay.
Just give me 1 second, because
What a-
it has
all
a
right.
different spelling. So
What a turn of events.
I know.
Okay, I got one. You ready to go?
Yes.
This is a celestial vehicle used to travel through space.
Starship.
That was it. Starship is what I was thinking.
So now Spanish wins?
I don't win. Yeah, Spanish wins.
It feels wrong.
It does, yeah. I agree with Joe.
What? It does feel wrong, but it was
the
a
hell,
mistake.
man?
That's,
Sorry,
not,
dude.
that's not a true
Nothing
win.
against you.
What?
You know, it just doesn't feel right.
We live together.
I know.
Yeah, that's not a real win.
That's a real win.
No.
I'm marking it.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, Walter. Let me mark it.
I don't. That's,
What do we do? I say you won, but I don't even know.
I also say I win.
That's what we agreed to do. We did it, and you won. Is that it?
Well,
Galvin,
take a
you
vote.
good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe I want to win.
But you were
Said
out.
you didn't have enough points to be eligible.
You don't qualify to even. You don't qualify to be in this group.
I mean, the Doors.
Carmen, what band did you have?
I have it. I had the Beatles, an
Oh.
insect in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were spelled. It's spelled differently, but
Right.
That's a good one.
I do have it. So.
They are also beats.
I would have got that one right too.
After everybody
Your
else.
record does not reflect that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We settle now. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm not happy, but it's settled.
You son of a bitch.
It's settled. I'm not happy about it though.
We'll give you the Beatles. You still lose.
I don't think that was a proper definition, but
Of what?
of Starship.
What's the
Yeah, did
proper
you-
definition? He
Did
got
you
it
Google
right.
it?
No, I'm smart.
No, he just did it
No.
off the top of his head.
That's not the definition then.
Right.
All the definitions that I was giving from that quiz is actually like the Webster's dictionary definition.
You don't know.
I do. That's literally the quiz that I gave. It's in the
That's why it doesn't
Sorry.
feel right. That's why it doesn't feel right.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I had to look. That's why.
What is the
was-
Webster's definition of a starship?
I don't know. Google it. That's what you were
Google it.
supposed.
I'm-
That's
I'm
what you were
busy.
supposed to do.
I'm busy doing a show right now.
a
You-
large manned spaceship used for interstellar
I
travel.
wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
say spaceship.
That was good.
Not celestial.
Well, spaceship isn't starship, so you could.
No, you can't.
Technically.
That's shipping it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's not how that game. That's not how that works.
You
don't
don't.
know.
You don't know the rules of the game.
I
Just
do.
The basic rule of games. You can't give out the name
I'm the one
in
who
the
does
clue.
the quiz. That you're not giving.
I'm talking about all gaming. All gaming. You can't give out the name in the clue
I didn't-
of the answer. It can't be the same in the answer.
Starship and spaceship are different.
That'd be you said chip.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
You can't have any part of the Oh, you've never played games before?
I have, and I literally give the quiz every single day. That's
don't know.
not how that works.
I don't believe that.
For the Eagles, I couldn't say Eagles.
What about
That's
this?
correct.
What about this? See if you guys can get this one. A lover, especially the illicit partner of a married person.
Affair.
Yeah.
I wasn't answering. I'm going down.
A
like
lover, especially the illicit partner of a married person.
I mean, usually you call them a lover.
Yeah.
Buzz. Paramour.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Want to know that?
Yeah, that was too hard.
Huh.
Although it's spelled
good.
differently.
No,
Also.
and they're not a real band. They don't count.
From
Oh
Tennessee.
man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you guys. That was,
Victory for you.
that was good.
Let me change my notes.
That can't feel good.
Yeah, it's just
A
like,
little bit.
I'm happy with it. It feels
Ask
good to me.
Yeah.
That's just,
A tainted win.
stop
I'm
it.
sorry. Okay.
All right.
I have another
Oh,
one.
no.
It's over now.
Are
Okay.
we taking away Spanishes then?
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't official.
It was official.
it was not a real definition.
It was
Right.
definitely
I,
official.
look, I'm fine if Carmen wants to do it and we all go back and.
Oh, you're out.
Why am I out? Yeah, I vote Spanish. Then.
Yeah.
You guys want it or not?
No.
Do you want it to be official or do you want it
I'm good with this.
to be half-assed?
I'm good with half-ass.
Okay.
But it's not Mike's definition; it's the definition.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty much the same thing.
No,
No.
Yeah, he
it's
said
not.
interstellar travel.
He changed
No,
the game
he
for the
didn't.
final word.
said
Eh,
celestial.
well, no. Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
No.
What did I say?
Celestial.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
said
didn't say
celestial.
celestial. Yeah.
Damn
not
it, man.
Interstellar. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Celestial.
What do you got, Carmen? You
All right,
ready?
you ready?
It's me in Spanish.
This is it.
A loss of blood flow to part of the brain, which damages brain tissue. A loss of blood flow,
I got it.
part of the brain, which damages brain tissue.
Sucks, doesn't it?
If Mike can get it get his
he's
win.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm coming
stop.
back.
He's out.
I'm coming
Just
back.
like
You can't just start making stuff up now.
Ready? 1,
I'm back in.
2.
No, say it one more time, Carmen.
Oh, Jesus.
A loss of blood flow to part of the brain, which damages brain
stroke.
tissue.
Ah, you got it. You got it.
Oh.
He got it.
Nice.
See, now it feels right.
All right.
Now it feels
right.
It
Okay.
does.
Accepted.
Spanish got 2 wins today.
No, just
Oh my god.
And one stroke.
I'm gonna have Jesus, dude.
All right.
Now it feels official.
All right.
Okay.
now you
Feel
can
better
mark
now?
that.
All right. I
Put it in the
marked
book.
it. It's in the book.
All right.
Thank
It's
you.
just me you guys don't like. I mean, I had the same outcome. Nobody was happy with it. Then she did it. And everybody was like, all right. this
She
good.
is official. She's the
Yeah.
official
Yeah.
Sporkle giver, and she actually used the definition. She doesn't make it up
Just
willy nilly.
I'm just smart. I know things. Flying stuff in
Wow.
space.
Don't make me sound like your dog. And also, I was right and
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
So
No,
show your face.
I mean,
I thought yours was great, Michael. It was
Thank you.
everybody else.
definition was not right.
Spanish, if
Good
you
job,
can win
Fredo.
this 3rd in a row.
Yeah.
Good job, Spanish. Good job, Spanish.
I'm smart. I can give definitions.
I can do good.
All right, time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Carlos Mencia will be here in the 8 o'clock hour. Galvin will have a brand new open letter. Right now, it's time to check in for news.
Thank you, Carmen. That did not make my ears bleed. You got it set. You got it set.
Okay.
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. We got Father's Day coming up on Sunday, June 16th. So if you want to get something for a father in your life, how about some new shoes? Because they don't want another tie. They don't need anything made out of macaroni or anything like that. They want some cool stuff. Get them some shoes from Pelts. They have athletic shoes, they have boating shoes, they have work boots, sandals, dress shoes. Of course, you don't have to be a father to get shoes from Pelts. Anybody can get them there. And they have 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. So stop into a Pelts today and make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you. So big news yesterday, Hunter Biden was convicted of all 3 felony charges related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018 when prosecutors argued the president's son lied on a mandatory gun purchase form platform by saying he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs. Hunter Biden, who is 54, stared straight ahead and showed little emotion as the verdict was read after jury deliberations lasted only 3 hours over 2 days in Delaware. President Joe Biden said in a statement issued shortly after the verdict that he would accept the outcome and, quote, continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison and $750,000 in fines when he is sentenced, although as a first-time offender, he would not get anywhere near the maximum, and there's no guarantee the judge would send him to prison. A sentencing date was not yet set.
So he's not going to go to prison. He's going to pay a fine and he'll be on probation.
Right.
And all this really was a big hoopla for nothing. And
He's probably going to drop out of the election, though.
No, wrong guy. Wrong guy.
He's not.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, though, it's going to be used a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I like guns.
Yeah.
Seems like Hunter likes guns, too.
I don't like crack, though.
Yeah.
But see, the thing
Shouldn't
is,
use guns and crack.
yeah. It was a waste of time, and I'll tell you, if he was going to run, though, he now is stronger in the election. Polls show that when you go to jail, you're more likely to get elected. This
wild.
is the weirdest the world has ever been. Remember when there was an election, and at the end of the election, we had no winner and we had no president for like a month. We couldn't figure out what was going on, and that was weird. Now we are at the point now where this is. It's a weird movie.
It's to embarrass the Biden family, just like the other one was to embarrass Trump. It's
Right.
the whole thing.
So here's the question now. Will Hunter Biden hold a political office? Before you answer, Marion Barry. Go ahead. Now.
No. I don't. There was a movie in the 70s. I forgot what the name of it was. And Paul Winfield, I think, was in the movie. He played like the fourth in line to be the president. And there was a plane crash. And he was the next person to be president. And he was black. And this was in the 70s. Like, they made a movie and they're like,
Oh, he can't.
what? We have a black president? And that was the whole premise of that movie. And this is kind of what this is like. What if one has to go to jail and the other one is too old to take office? Like, the happiest person in the world right now is Kamala Harris. She's
God.
like, I'm in no matter what. I'm in.
Yeah, she won the lottery with this one.
Did you see them at the Juneteenth celebration?
Oh, my
I've
God.
never seen him look more senile. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying vote for him, don't vote for him. I'm saying he looked terrible that day.
He could fall down the stairs every day, and I think him freezing like that is far
The
worse.
freezing and
That was so bizarre.
I got to tell you, I don't know who looked worse, him or Kamala.
yeah, but
That's her
that-
thing.
By the way,
that's fake politician
so
dancing.
real quick, if everyone can clap, I'm going to show you what President Joe Biden was doing when everyone was clapping and beat. Everybody clap and beat. All right, now here comes Joe Biden.
Yeah, he was way off.
It was completely.
But then there was a point where he couldn't even clap anymore, and he was like,
yeah.
it was just weird.
And then he chugged a whole Gatorade.
Yeah.
And he's just staring off in the distance.
Dude.
It reminded me of when Maximus is dying in the field.
dude.
He's just staring off.
You were waiting for him to start floating away.
Well,
It was
have you
the
guys
worst.
have you guys seen the video of Kamala Harris? She's in like Puerto Rico and she's clapping along to protesters who are like singing and dancing.
The aide says, "Hey, that they're protesting," and she stops and just stares off.
Yeah, they're making fun of you.
By the way, how much crushed up Adderall was in that Gatorade?
Oh, dude. Probably.
I mean, that's not Gatorade. There's no way.
You would think, but
I looked like he was about to die right there. He's just so bizarre.
Remember when Biden was talking and somebody yelled out, "Let's go, Brandon." He's like, "Yeah, let's go, Brandon." It's
That's
so
who runs
embarrassing.
our world.
Yeah, but and then you're like, finally, we only have a couple of months left of that guy. Who's the next guy? The guy who's going to be ruling from jail.
All the polls are all still like within 5 points of each other.
yeah.
It's
It's
nuts.
crazy.
It's still right down the middle.
I can't believe that the way the system is right now, we got one guy who is senile and old and another guy who is going to jail, that somebody isn't coming in and going, "I'm your Superman."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it should be so easy for somebody to take one step forward and be like, "I got this."
There is, and he wants Aaron Rodgers to be his vice
Oh,
president.
no.
And worms ate his brain.
No, I mean somebody who
No, I know.
the
Yeah.
people can get behind and say, somebody who's not a career politician, but somebody who has some experience with politics, somebody who ran a business successfully, somebody who did something where you can go, okay, this guy might be or girl, whatever, might be the one.
They thought that was going to be Ron DeSantis. He was going to be the guy, and then Trump just destroyed him.
Ron DeSantis destroyed himself when he did the whole gay thing.
Yeah.
And that was it. Any chance anybody had, and then we lose Roe versus Wade. Anybody that might have wanted to vote for Ron DeSantis that was in the middle of went, no, there's no way that's happening.
He surrounded himself by a team of idiots. That just never. I don't know a team has ever torpedoed a campaign quicker when a guy had such a crazy lead and just right to the crapper.
Yeah, that's he definitely has got a lesson.
A lot of bad
there.
advice.
Yeah.
But the other thing about that with Biden and Kamala Harris and them clapping and doing that stuff, like that was such a perfect snapshot of our government right now. Was those two, and then the black guy with the beard and the dress. And then I'm like,
what was that all about?
That's
I don't know.
Billy, whatever his name is, the actor that was on one of the things.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But he was wearing a dress. I saw that at first. I was like, oh, and then that lady went over and kissed Joe Biden's hand. I'm like, that ain't a lady.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Yeah, it's
Billy Porter.
Yeah. We've said before, you want to wear a dress, I don't care, wear a dress, do whatever you want, but at least look like a lady. Well, don't have a beard.
That was my thing. I'm like, are we saying now that that's not transgender? It's just guys like wearing dresses, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you can
Whatever you're into.
I mean, honestly, a dress seems very comfortable, like a muumuu like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that yet, but I'm just saying. Like, do you know when I was a kid? I mean, like 5 or 6 years old, my grandmother bought us pajamas that were like
the nightgowns.
the nightgowns. Yeah. And I remember I couldn't wear it because my feet were too narrow. I couldn't open my knees or anything, and they were too narrow. But I don't know if she bought them as a joke or if kids were still wearing those at the time.
Yeah, I don't know that because I mean, like the Willy Wonka. That's what the
Like in Peter Pan and all
Charles
those
Dickens.
kids. Yeah.
right. Yeah,
My
Just be
grandmother
careful.
bought me Dickens pajamas.
yeah.
And just be careful. Once you wear a muumuu, people start calling you a bag lady.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a hat with a hole in it.
That's what did it.
I really stuck with her.
Do you know that I 100% was talking about your hat?
I did not know that. You just in general said I looked like a bag lady.
You came in and your hat was like a straw hat with it looked like a hole. It is a hole in the top, but it's supposed to be there. And I was joking. I go, look at you look like a bag lady, like you're wearing a hat you found on the street. That's why I was joking.
Welcome to my house. You look like a bag lady.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. I love that hat.
Yeah.
It rolls up. It's like perfect for the sun.
I even said it was cute, and you wore it on the cruise, and blah blah blah. I'm just saying, wasn't saying that you were dressed like a bag lady.
You're
just
cute
your
for a bag
weird
lady.
hat.
Yeah, is what he's
I
saying.
just look like one.
Just your hat. Your big hat with a hole in it.
Not hat lady, bag lady.
Bag lady.
Yes.
Digital price tags are coming to Walmart stores. People are wondering if this means that there's going to be dynamic pricing because it's not going to be the paper, the big signs and the rollback and stuff. Whatever. So you may go in at noon and the price for the TV is $628, and then I go in later on in the day and it's $678 because they just click it and change it. And
That's stupid.
Just like the gas stations.
Yeah, but it could work in your favor too. They got a bunch of TVs up there, and nobody's buying them. By the end of the afternoon, they're down to $300. I was sitting outside that Walmart waiting for Bobby to come out, and like 6 people came out with giant TVs from the Walmart, like pretty quick. And I almost wanted to go, what do they got? They got a sale going on in there? I was going to ask the guy.
By the way, yes, they always have
Yeah.
But then I thought, what am I going to do with another TV?
yeah.
I don't, even if they said there's an 80-inch TV in there for $200, what am I going to do with it?
Ooh, I just thought of something that would be really cool.
Tell me.
If you put the TV screen up there and it had the Mike Calta Show logo, and then like Mike Calta Show welcomes Carlos Mencia, whatever, and you could change that,
All right.
to
Get on it, Walmart.
Yeah, that would be perfect right there.
Who's going to be doing that?
I don't know. I'm telling you, it's easy to do.
Yes.
I'm
Great
not
idea,
gonna-
Calvin.
I'm not doing it. 1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
Joe?
Nope.
I think the thing is that when we first started buying those TVs, they were like $7,000.
Right.
So we feel like it's a huge purchase. When
Yeah.
nowadays they're like $200.
Yeah.
42-inch Polaroid, wasn't even flat. It was thick.
Yeah.
$4,000 for
Right.
the first
Wow.
flat screen TV.
I told you my last TV I bought, I already had more TVs than I needed, and I bought it because it was such a good price. I couldn't pass it up. I was like, I'll give this to somebody else.
I have 2 TVs in the garage that work perfectly that aren't hung.
Yeah.
I bought them and I was going to do some with them, and I was going to hang one outside and never got around to it. So now it's just sitting there, and I'm like, I don't even know if this one works. Then Joe found one, and Joe just fired it up.
Yep.
Yeah. So
That's what we're using out there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I don't even know what we're doing.
Remember they did that portrait of King Charles with the looked
The
like
red.
The
flames
devil.
and stuff. Yeah. It was vandalized by animal rights activists. They pasted a photo of Wallace from Wallace and Gromit over his face.
What?
Now you don't kill animals, right?
Yeah.
Is that how I don't know what the end game is there.
So have you ever gone to a wax museum?
No.
Yeah.
Never. Nobody in this room.
I have.
No.
I would.
I've been to the Madame Tussauds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that I've been to. I've been to one in San Francisco. There's one in Orlando. The kids love it. Been there. So they have this like one for TV, and they have a set like say Archie Bunker, right? They have the whole Archie Bunker. There's Archie and Edith sitting in the chairs. There's Meathead and Gloria in the background, and they're sitting in the set that they recreated from Archie Bunker. So when I went with my friends, we thought it would be great to hop in the set and take pictures with the bunkers. Once you cross the line, a noise goes off and a whoop, whoop, please step back from the thing. Why doesn't any of the art have this in the museums?
That's a good question.
Like they're able to just and they got video of these guys going up and pasting this stuff over the picture. How come there's not one thing that says morons are here, attack? You know, like just letting them know that somebody's breached the. When you go see the Mona Lisa, it is underwhelming. It's smaller than you think. There's too many people gathered around it, and it's hung behind this thing so you can't touch it. And there's even some rumors of whether or not it's the real one because they're afraid that something's going to happen to it. So you get out there and you go, oh, yeah, well, there it is, the Mona Lisa. And you're like, well, that's it.
Yeah.
If you get near it or any of the other art, you get close to it, something should go off and scream at you like it would with the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is very protected. None of the other art is protected. How do they let this thing, which is so, it's in the news right now. It's everybody's making copies of it and jokes about it. And how are they not protecting that any better?
Yeah, it seems like all they're using are the theater ropes, the velvet ropes. So you get past those, they're like, you got past the ropes. I don't know.
When you go to the Smithsonian in D.C., there's all kinds of art, and it's all behind either glass or security. You can't just walk up and touch it.
Yeah, it's great. And now I went to a museum in Miami one time for school. I had to write a report on a piece in the museum, and they had this, and they were like, this is from the 1600s, and I reached out and I touched it. I just touched the corner. It wasn't painting. It was like a rock thing. And the lady was like, oh, you're not supposed to touch it. And I go, yeah, I'm sorry. And she's like, the reason why is because the oils on your fingers can hurt the thing. I go, yeah, that makes sense. So how is there something not protecting it a little bit more? I don't understand. These idiots are just able to roll up on famous paintings and destroy them.
And something so controversial. You know what I mean? Like the second it was done and they posted it, everyone was flipping it around saying it's the devil. That. Like they had to have
popular
known.
right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I probably the reason why they don't have alarms sounding is because if you're trying to enjoy art in a museum, you don't want alarms going off every 30 seconds.
You do if somebody puts their hands on it.
But if it's more because I imagine like if kids are in there and they're trying to get, so you're just alarms are just going off the whole time.
Yeah, but
Thomas Crown Affair, they had all kind of stuff. They shut down the gates and everything. But
that's the thing. At nighttime, they make it so you gotta be able to contort your body to get through the lasers and all that. But in the daytime, you can just go up there and piss on it. Nobody cares.
But that also says a lot about our society, is that we're so dumb. We'd be setting off alarms every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
I wanted to lick it.
Yeah.
What does the Mona Lisa taste like? Dummies.
Delicious.
A 57-year-old second grade teacher in California will not be charged after being caught hammered at school, completely drunk.
What?
The DA says while it is highly inappropriate, it is not actually legal to teach second grade drunk.
Illegal.
Damn right.
Huh?
It's not illegal to teach second grade.
It's not
drunk.
illegal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's no. What are the charge? I mean,
Yeah, right.
endangering children, I guess, would be the closest. But what did she do? She didn't do anything.
I'm not mad at her.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
This is a second grade.
Yeah.
You could use a drink, I think.
Yeah.
You got those kids.
Just reading Dr. Seuss
If
drunk.
you learn anything today, don't touch art. We go from that teacher to two different teachers. Because I got a hot or not for you guys.
Wait, can I just tell you that the last Hot or Not swept the nation? The midget with the beard.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I
That is
saw it a lot.
everywhere now.
Oh, yeah.
That is a weird human being.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Two female high school teachers in Wisconsin have resigned after allegedly trying to set up a foursome with students after sharing racy images
together?
of lingerie on social media. Alexia Saldaris and Jennifer Larson quit Joseph Craig High School in Wisconsin after a probe by the school district following allegations of inappropriate behavior. Both teachers were on a school trip with a male student, and the investigation found incriminating Snapchat messages they sent him. Saldaris admitted to sending the student 5 photos of herself in lingerie and to kissing the student during the trip. Larson admitted to exchanging messages with the student involving cuddling, flirting, and the implication of alcohol. The messages both teachers sent told the student they wanted to cuddle and have fun with him and asked if another student could join in. Saldaris then met the student on April 9th and gave him the keys to a school district van used on the trip so he could take laps of the car park. While she was changing her shoes in the back of the van, the pair kissed. Later that evening, the teacher sent the student racy photos of herself and made plans and Snapchat messages to meet next weekend.
By the way, all you people thought your Snapchat messages disappeared.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
School officials confronted the teachers as they found out more about what happened, and both admitted what they did. Yes.
How old are they?
So it doesn't give their age in here, but I will tell you they look like they're in their early 30s. Late 20s. Late 20s, early 30s. Alexia Saldaris and Jennifer Larson, they're both high school teachers in Wisconsin, and they're trying to set up foursomes with the student with them, sending racy photos, lingerie. One kissed it, the other one wants to cuddle and do all kind of stuff, giving keys to the van and everything else. So you can say both hot, both not, one hot, one not, and be specific if you want to. Alexia or Jennifer, which one's hot, which one's not? Mike Calta, what do you think?
One of them is hot. Alexia is hot.
Alexia is the one that's sending the lingerie pictures.
Hot.
You say she's hot. What about Jennifer?
Not hot.
You say not hot.
Jennifer's her fat friend.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. All right.
Alexia hot, Jennifer fat friend who just wants to get in on the action.
Okay. All right. Thinks Alexia is hot and wants to join in.
Yeah, we're friends. Let's get in here.
Spanish, what do you think?
I'm going to go. They're both hot.
Both hot.
Yeah.
Couple of smoke shows from Wisconsin, cheeseheads.
Yeah. Give me that cheese, baby.
Give me that cheddar.
The old Wisconsin smoke show.
Sharp.
Oh, I forgot it was Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Carmen, what do you think?
Teachers, especially lady teachers that does stuff, that does stuff.
Wow.
You should have done it.
Done it. That go. Yeah. You know, they're hot.
Hey, Carmen, just say hot
I
or
said
not.
hot.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So Carmen says both hot.
No,
Spanish,
she didn't. She said.
Spanish says both hot. Mike and Gio both agree. Alexia hot. Jennifer not hot. Pap, show the pictures.
Alexia?
What did I say? Can you read a goddamn thing? Did you read it?
Side by side.
No. Yeah. Do you think that's two ladies? Do you think that's two ladies? Do you think that's two ladies, or do you think scroll down? There you go. There you go, good boy. Jesus Christ.
This is a side by side.
It's not two ladies. It's a lady and a goddamn wall. That's two different ladies.
I didn't know if you maybe had side by sides of more than
What
one.
do I have to do?
I don't really.
What do I have to do?
I think it's I have to do it. I don't think you have to do it.
Can I say the wall not hot?
I mean, you blow the whole bit. You blow the whole thing.
Alexia hot.
Alexia is the blonde. She's hot.
I can't see the other one.
Yeah.
The other
really.
one's fat friend.
Fat friend, right?
Yeah,
Nailed it.
exactly.
Nailed it.
Man.
Gio said, yeah. She's not hot.
I said it. Fat friend.
Yeah, Mike said it first.
For the game, I would say the other one's still hot.
She's not.
No.
She's not.
I can't see her.
Yeah.
She looks like a wall to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not hot. She's a fat friend. She's not. She's not.
She is art teacher.
Yeah, she's not like a complete pig. She doesn't have a beard and is a midget or anything like that. Doesn't have one eye closed, but she's not hot. The other one is definitely hot though.
The
She
wall
orders
was definitely
all-
hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that like 30 seconds ago.
Good one. So, Gio and Mike were right.
Damn it.
Joe,
Yes,
how could we fix that problem?
There's no way to fix that problem. Send me the picture specifically instead of the website.
What did I write on it? What did I write?
Hold on, Calvin. Scroll down to the side-by-side pictures.
He wrote it. He wrote scroll
and he decided the side-by-side picture I was talking about
At the
was
top.
was the one
I
woman
thought that was
and
the first
wall.
of a series because the
First
word
of a series.
picture-
Did I say there's a series of pictures? Did I say there were more?
You did say pictures. You didn't say scroll down to the side-by-side picture. You said pictures. So
Yes.
that's plural.
That's two
that
pictures.
Means there
in
might be
one.
more than
Oh,
one.
Jesus Christ. You got to be kidding
Yeah.
me, dude. You got to be kidding me.
I can't look at it. You could send it
Yeah,
to me.
I know. You should be home. It's unbelievable. I don't know why you're laughing.
Me?
Yeah, it's your fault.
What'd I do?
You are the powers that be with The Office.
Okay.
Are you
You
the
fired
powers
the
that
whole
be?
station.
Yeah, I got rid of the whole station.
Yep.
But I still have, VCR over here doing digital work.
All right.
VCR.
Yep.
Whole Polaroid over here.
Well, pull the picture for me next time and just send me the picture instead
Okay.
of a website.
Why
How
don't
about
I
that?
just put it up
I'm
on
sorry.
MoTV?
Did you want to
Why
do
don't
some
I
work?
just put it on
Okay.
MoTV?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll do it for you.
I don't do work.
I'll do it
Joe,
for you.
you're the worst.
I'll do
Everybody
it for
knows
you.
you're the
I'll do
goddamn
it for
worst.
you.
You're going to do
I'll
what
do
for
it
me?
for you.
Do your job?
Yeah,
Video
that's right.
guy that doesn't do any video? Gio does all the video.
Send me a picture or just send me a website and complain when I get it wrong. That's also fair.
I mean, I give you the
don't
goddamn
mind.
rules. I tell you exactly
Tell
what
me
it is,
the
the
rule.
side by side. You
Side-by-side
decided the
what
side
picture?
by side. Yeah, which one?
Okay.
Let me see. Should it be the one with the goddamn lady in the wall?
Yeah, well-
or should it be the two teachers that I'm talking about in the article?
Calm down, bro. Hey,
you're
take
terrible.
it easy.
Shut it
Relax.
down now.
Just relax.
Yeah, that's good.
Take it
You
easy.
got it. Yeah, take it easy.
Take it easy.
You're an old weed smoking dumb
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
You're the worst. I don't know why he's still here.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
for reasons like this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Terrible.
Just relax, man.
Yeah, good one, Joe.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're garbage and you're terrible at your job.
Well, I really, you know what? Your opinion means nothing to me.
Good. Well, how about everybody's opinion?
Yeah, that
There's a
doesn't
brand
mean-
new book. Shut up. There's a brand new book out with backdoor action called But Seriously.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's all about
Whose?
how to do stuff.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
how-to?
Basically, it's telling you, gives you info on
How to do it?
and what you like.
Yeah. I've done it without reading.
But seriously.
Figured it out on my own.
Well,
You ever thought, I wish I had an instruction manual right now?
Not at that point.
sometime-
No.
but it's also, a good book to maybe leave laying out. What's this? I don't know. Check it out.
Buy for somebody as a suggestive gift.
Just send it to their house.
Usually, maybe you should read that.
What if T-Bag gives it to you as part of her book collection?
Knight in rusty armor.
You like
but
some recommended
seriously,
reading?
Yeah, it'll help you. It'll help you.
Just that and a jar of baby oil.
Ooh.
Let me know if you need any help.
Now we're talking.
What's happening? Carmen, I think you're going to like this. There is a new trend called Snackle Box.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've seen these. Yeah.
So it is a tackle box that you put snacks in. It's a regular tackle box like you have for fishing and stuff, but it works well because it already has all the dividers in there. So you can put little olives in there, and cheese and meats and different stuff, and pickles over here.
A lot of people have been packing those for plane rides, long plane rides, because you can fit them in your backpack.
You
'cause
can
they're-
take food on a snackle box on the plane?
Yes, you
like through
can.
security?
Yeah, you can take your own food on the plane. It's just getting it there.
I thought you had to buy it in the terminal.
No
Yeah.
liquids, though.
Liquid wise. you
Liquid,
can't, yeah.
you cannot, but you can take snacks. You can take food.
Yeah, and you can't take your own alcohol. I found that out.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to
Right.
take, remember Bert used to sneak alcohol on, but I didn't know it. Like, if you get caught with beers in your bag, you're in trouble.
Well, beers you can't take, but they have like those little liquor shooters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Like
Yeah.
the 1 ounce things.
Yeah.
So you can technically take those, but if they see you using them or drinking them, then you'll get in trouble. But you can still take them on the plane with you. There's nothing against doing that.
They want us to take it off. I tried to take a bottle of wine off the plane, the little
Well,
one,
that
and it was in my bag. I just didn't think about it. I just threw it in there, and they stopped me with the dogs and the whole thing.
So two things. One, me and some of my friends went to Mexico, and we just were friendly with the stewardesses, the flight attendants and stuff. We were tipping them when they were giving us stuff, and they were cool and everything. And so they wound up literally giving us garbage bags filled with the little alcohol bottles.
Jeez.
They were like, "Here, take that for your trip and stuff." We're like, "Cool, we're staying over here if you guys want to come by." And then my wife and I went to Vegas. And on the way to the hotel, we stopped at the liquor store, and she got a bottle of Malibu. And the entire time, we didn't even crack it open. And so we had it, and so we're like, we're leaving. Like, I don't know, we'll just give it to somebody in the lobby, I guess. And I go, hey, does anybody want a bottle of Malibu? And people looked at me like I was garbage. I'm like, "Ugh." And I'm like, it's unopened. Anybody?
Yeah.
And then I saw like a bunch of girls, I don't know, bachelor party or something, bachelorette party. And I go, hey, do you guys want a free bottle of Malibu? And they're like, and I go, it's unopened. The fat girl grabbed it. And she's like, I'll take it. There you go. Trying to give stuff away to people.
It's harder than you think.
It's a lot harder than you
Well,
think.
like my son is going to LA today, and my wife, her words of advice were, "Don't take any fentanyl."
Oh,
Wait.
there you
That's
go.
the thing. Everybody's worried that things have fentanyl in it now.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't
It's big in California. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
My brother was going to New Orleans, and my mom told him not to make sure he keeps his wallet in his front pocket instead of his back. And he goes, I was actually just going to put it on my head filled with money and go, does anybody have change for 100?
I've been watching, like I said, those police cam videos, and there was a police officer who they came in contact with fentanyl. Didn't she open the bag and then she had to have Narcan because she started to OD? It was
From just
opening the bag and coming in contact with it, and they had to give her the Narcan.
There's a group of people that are very scared right now that they're trying to make an aerosol with
just spray it out.
and people you could kill a bunch of people.
Oh,
yeah, 'cause
yeah.
if you breathe it in, you
Why?
wouldn't have any idea until it was too late.
Imagine like those smoke bomb,
Yeah,
the
dude.
canisters that you just pull and throw, whatever. If you did that in some crowded area,
It would be
some
brutal.
convention going on, whatever, you just
Movie
Right.
theater, if people still went to the movie.
Yeah.
This is pretty interesting. An original Star Wars Boba Fett action figure from 1979 just sold at auction for over $500,000.
Oh,
Damn.
$525,000. The interesting thing about this is I know my brother Jeff has 1979 Star Wars action figures. He has Hammerhead and he has a few other ones. I remember from us being a kid, and he's kept them because he keeps all the baseball cards and all that stuff. I got to find out what he has and try and buy it from him for $50. That makes it the most expensive vintage toy ever. This is one of the original prototypes. That weren't sold to the public.
That's
So
cool.
that's a prototype.
Yeah.
You know who has that?
Yeah.
Josh Need.
Josh Need.
There was one Boba Fett that fires the missile,
Yes.
and then they changed it because the missile was a choking hazard.
I remember. It was
yeah.
a little thing, a little orange thing.
You push the button, the missile fires off, and they changed that to where it was just like attached. So if you have one that fires the missile, I believe that's where the money is.
Damn.
So when Revenge of the Sith came out, Phantom Menace, one of them, I was doing this was when I still worked up in Destin, and they had a convenience store that was closing, and they were moving to the other one, but they had everything out there, and for some reason they had a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and they had watches, and they had this, and action figures, and all kind of stuff. And I go, can anybody take any of this? And they're like, yeah. And I just put a bunch of stuff in my car. No idea where it is. No idea where it
It's
is.
probably worth some money now.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's been, 30 years
Yeah,
or something,
I watched a documentary I was very excited about. It was inside Skywalker Ranch with George Lucas. And I put it on. I was like, I'm dying to see. I've heard stories, and they do movie premieres here and all that. It was Skinwalker Ranch, not Skywalker Ranch.
Very
Much different show.
Yeah.
Much different show. It's an alien thing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
weird.
I thought it was like a big porno farm or something.
No.
They're underground dwellers, right?
Yeah. But these weird. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched enough
Yeah.
to make it go, oh, this is not George Lucas.
Yeah, they're these aliens that they say, or not aliens. They say they've been here since before humans have been around, and they are shapeshifters, and they eat people. And so, like when you look at a city and a bunch of people have disappeared in a certain area, and they can't
Skinwalkers.
find it, skinwalkers will come and grab them. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big conspiracy. Remember, they had the UV lights everywhere in the cities, those purple UV lights. They said that was to keep skinwalkers away. That's what the UV does. Yeah.
Is that like the underground tunnels? The people that live in the tunnels under Vegas?
No, no,
Yeah,
it's different.
Oh, okay.
Those people don't
those are
eat other
mole
people.
people.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I watched that. That's
was
amazing.
insane.
I mean, there's people that live under there. They have power. They have water.
Computers.
They have computers. Yeah, that's pretty insane.
There was one of the guys that plays for the Vegas for the Raiders who I think had either his own drug problems or his family members or whatever. So what he does with his money and everything is he tries to help people out and get them into programs and stuff. And he went into some of those tunnels under there, and the guy had like a whole full setup and stuff. But I've never seen somebody agree faster the guy was like, "Oh, you got a whole setup here?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's pretty good, for what it is and all this stuff." But the guy was on heroin or whatever, and he was like, "Do you want to get help?" "Yep, I absolutely do." He goes, "Today?" And he goes, "Yep, I'm ready. Let's go." And just packed his stuff up and he was like, went to the rehab place.
Yeah, I bet you those people, most of them probably just need a chance, get a little help,
You probably would not know this if I didn't tell you, because I don't think anybody watches it. But Seth Meyers is losing his late night band to budget cuts.
Who is his band? They don't have a name or anything.
I can tell you that he does have a lot of guest people. So Fred Armisen was the original leader of his band.
Right.
And, obviously Fred Armisen's doing a lot of other stuff, so he can't be there all the time. So he has the band, but then he'll have like Danny Carey from Tool come and sit in on drums and all these different guys and stuff. But I don't know who his band is necessarily.
What could they be paying the band that they can't afford the band?
Right?
It's time to wrap the show up.
If you can't afford your band, you're just done.
And then you don't really need a band either.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what do they really do?
Yeah, but they're just copying the same old routine from back in the 50s.
Well, it's probably cheaper.
Well,
so that's just like the excuse that you use to be like, oh, I'm gonna take this money for myself.
No, remember Ellen was like, I'll have a DJ.
Right.
And it's one guy.
And then he
records.
unalived himself.
Yeah, he did. Yep. You're paying all those guys to play one song at the beginning of the show and then just sit there. And every once in a while,
they also play his very famous theme song, Go ahead. Hit it. What is it? Seth Meyers. Here's Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers. Yeah, no
Meyers
idea.
Show.
Never seen the Seth Meyers Show and have seen Colbert maybe a total of 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Seth Meyers was going to do a lot better.
Yeah.
Because he was head writer for SNL. He was pretty funny. Did
Great
some
on
good stuff
Weekend Update.
on Update and everything. Yeah, but then he just I don't know.
They need to go back to, if you have the Tonight Show, you have a show that does very well and is a staple. Put something weird on after it. Like
yeah,
that,
you need somebody who shakes it up. Yeah, absolutely. Some sort of, I don't want to use the word rebel, but somebody who's a little bit different and outside the box.
Just a different format of a show even would be better,
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, a lot of his stuff is cheesy, but I think he does a good job.
I think he does fine.
He's very cheesy, but he's also appealing to a mass.
Fits the part.
Yeah,
it fits the role.
exactly.
And they're very creative.
Yeah.
They constantly are reinventing themselves.
The toy things
They're
I always
very
laugh at.
creative in what they rip off from other people.
It's true. But look, you take something and you change a couple of things and make it your own, and you become known for it. And I think they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
We have something brewing on this show that I can't talk about on the air, but it's gonna be so goddamn good. That's it. That's all I can say. Next,
Do I know?
you know that we started talking about it,
Oh, getting
but
rid
it's moving forward. What's that?
of. Getting rid of.
No.
Yeah.
The thing I was talking about?
Yes.
Oh, that is going to be,
Yeah.
If it happens the way they say it's going to happen.
It's luckily yes, they took a big stride towards yes.
Fantastic.
Kevin Spacey broke down into tears and revealed the hard truth that he is destitute. So deep in the hole, in fact, that he's about to lose his home, he says, on the heels of his Me Too scandal. In his first major TV appearance in years, the embattled actor disclosed to Piers Morgan that his Baltimore home, where he lived while shooting House of Cards, is now up for auction and was soon planning to pack his stuff into storage. He was also on the Lex Friedman podcast. And I took this part because this is pretty interesting, because what exactly happened with Kevin Spacey?
So, all right, let me guess. Somebody came out and made a Me Too thing against him. That he
Right.
made some
A
moves
guy
on him.
did.
Yeah.
Right. And then the guy from Rent, that kid, said that when he was young, they went back to his place after they were in a play together, and he made some moves on him, but he was like 17 at the time.
And so what was the outcome? What happened? Do we know?
I know, but I've been reading about it as of late.
He was let go of all charges. He was not found guilty.
Carmen's correct.
Yeah.
So
Completely
here-
innocent.
Here
Nothing's
is
holding up.
Here is Kevin Spacey on with Lex Friedman, and he talks about what the charges were, what happened, and then Kevin Spacey talks about what he feels like he did. Take a listen. Here we go.
There were criminal and civil trials brought against you, including the one that started it all when Anthony Rapp sued you for $40 million. In these trials, you were acquitted, found not guilty, and not liable. Is that right?
Yes.
I think that's really important, again, in terms of due process. Based on that and everything I looked at, as I understand, you never prevented anyone from leaving if they wanted to, sort of in a sexual context, for example, by blocking the door. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
You always respected the explicit no from people. again, in the sexual context. Is that right?
That is correct.
You've never done anything sexual with an underage person, right?
Never.
And also, as is sometimes done in Hollywood, let me ask this. You've never explicitly offered to exchange sexual favors for career advancement, correct?
Correct.
In terms of bad behavior, what did you do?
I have heard, and now quite often, that everybody has a Kevin Spacey story. And what that tells me is that I hit on a lot of guys.
How often did you cross the line, and what does that mean?
I did a lot of horsing around. I did a lot of things that at the time I thought were sort of playful and fun, and I have learned since were not. And I have had to recognize that I crossed some boundaries, and I did some things that were wrong, and I made some mistakes, and that's in my past. I mean, I've been working so hard over these last 7 years to have the conversations I needed to have, to listen to people, to understand things from a different perspective than the one that I had, and to say, I will never behave that way again for the rest of my life.
Mike, yes, he had no charges that he was found guilty of, but he definitely was in some situations that he shouldn't have been in. Nothing that I think should ruin his career.
And he agreed to that. He said he did a lot of stuff, and he was doing.
But there was a lot of him grabbing. I remember there was a lot of him grabbing.
Yeah, that's him calling that horsing around. And
right,
stuff,
but I think that has sometimes more of effect. Like didn't Brendan Fraser said that he was approached by some guy who physically touched him, and even though he could overpower that guy physically, he was so moved by it, but then he was in a depression, and
I think Terry Crews had the same situation, whatever. But that was the guy who was like in charge of a studio or whatever.
That's the thing, the power dynamic,
right? The power dynamic, but also if you're flirting with somebody who's into it, then it's fun. You know what I mean? And you're doing a little grab ass and back and forth and doing that stuff.
He can't say that he also wasn't offering to give people roles and stuff based on it, because if you're the rap kid, or if you're a young kid that's Kevin Spacey's hitting on you, you automatically feel like, if I say no to this guy, I may lose this part. He's putting people in bad positions. Do I think he should be canceled? No, I just think he should be a little bit embarrassed, and he should be getting his act together, and that's about it.
But at least he admits it. Like, I did a lot of wrong
it took
stuff.
him a long time to admit it. You know what I mean?
Now that he's broke and losing his house.
I mean, he didn't even talk about being gay until now. He's saying I hit on a lot of guys.
Also, one of the greatest actors.
I mean, a great actor.
When this all hit, House of Cards was the show. And he was the guy. I mean,
so they go into a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, they touch on that stuff, whatever. But talking about his acting and everything. And for Seven, when he played John Doe, So he had Swimming with Sharks and Outbreak were two movies that he had already done that weren't out yet. And then Seven, he didn't get that part. He auditioned for it, and he didn't get it. You know who else auditioned for it? Michael Stipe from REM.
Oh, really? That would have been pretty good, too.
You know who they gave it to? Is that R. Lee Ermey. So they gave him the part of John Doe in Seven. David Fincher fired him, didn't like him, but offered him the job as the police captain in the movie, whatever. But he wasn't right for John Doe. They brought Kevin Spacey back out, and Kevin Spacey said that he talked with Fincher what they were going to do stuff, and he wanted to shave his head, and Fincher was like, you shave your head, I'll shave my head. He goes, that's great, whatever. And then he said, I don't think, he goes, because if one of these movies comes out and it's a hit, people are going to know who I am. And if I'm on the movie poster with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Kevin Spacey, and they don't see me for the first 40 minutes, they're going to know. And the studio was like, no way. We're using your name. We're allowed to use your name and likeness and all this stuff. But Fincher was the one who said, no, I think that's a good idea, because it was a great idea. There was such a good reveal and everything. Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, well, look, he is a great actor. He's made many great movies. And I don't think, like Friedman pointed out, he didn't get convicted of anything. He's taking responsibility for some of the of his actions, and it's been some time now since we've heard anything from him. I believe his penance should be over.
He'll make it back. If Robert Downey Jr. can come back and be the highest paid actor in Hollywood,
but Robert Downey Jr. never did anything to other people. It was always to himself.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, and nobody ever went after him legally. Yeah, it was always
he was
just
a big
him.
drug addict.
But I feel like I feel like if you like in this country now, if you go to you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but most people call you guilty anyway.
Oh yeah.
Once
Then
you're
when you go-
accused, you're done.
Yeah.
Then when you go to court and they find out that you're innocent, or they proclaim you as innocent, you're still not innocent. Like,
Right.
you should be able to walk out with your head up after that. And that clearly is not happening in his case.
Because-
I don't have any reason to like or dislike Kevin Spacey, so that's just my honest opinion.
But also because if I didn't hear that the other day and realize what happened, whatever, I would have been like, yeah, what happened? What was he accused of exactly? And was he guilty or whatever? A lot of people don't know. Yeah, so he was not guilty of anything that he was accused
I
of.
have to tell you, I didn't remember that there was a court battle. I remember that there was some accusations, but I thought that it was not.
A lot of it was.
Well, one.
Some of the stuff was dropped as well. Like nothing held up.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the court thing was overseas.
He was. That's how we started getting an idea that he might be gay, was because he was living in London, I think, and he was in a park and somebody stole his cell phone and punched him, and it became a news story because he had to file charges against the guy, and they were like, "Oh, isn't that the park where you go at night to do gay stuff?"
George
George
Michael,
Michael's park,
yeah.
and that was when people started going, "Is he gay?"
He also caught bad timing because this was right when it was Weinstein, Louis C.K.,
Sure,
and Kevin Spacey. Those were like the first three big ones when the Me Too stuff was like front page news every day.
Totally.
And his brother is a Rod Stewart limo
I was
driver.
going to say, we never forget. We used to have his brother on the show, and his brother is a limo driver who dressed as Rod Stewart, and told us on this show for the first time he backed up the fact that we were guessing whether or not he was gay, and he said it on the air.
Yeah. Wild.
That was crazy.
If you're headed up to Panama City, Florida for the kickoff jam with headliners Carrie Underwood, Garth Brooks, and Alabama, that has been canceled.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was supposed to run from August 30th to September 1st. Listen, with that lineup, I'm sure there's a lot of country people that wanted to see that show.
Garth Brooks.
That has been canceled. Carrie Underwood, Garth Brooks, Alabama, all of them.
I saw her fall off the stage a couple days
I
ago
saw that
on
as
TMZ.
well.
Did you see that?
No,
she
but
took a good little dive.
I would imagine that she was totally fine with those legs.
I'm assuming.
She has got some amazing legs.
She was walking backwards on the stage and then just disappeared into nothingness. It was great.
Also, that big Kid Rock, Jason Aldean concert was this weekend, the We Love America.
Yeah. Try that in a small town.
Yeah. That was Steve Farrell. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. Steve Farrell, who is a guy who owns a like a construction company, a roofing company, and an air conditioning company, and all that stuff. He is also a guy who is tremendous when it comes to helping the community and helping out, people that need help. Great guy. He had a setup that I saw. I don't remember who. Somebody posted online. He brought like a 2-ton air conditioning unit with him and set it up out there.
I love it.
And so that they had an air conditioned tent outside their RV where they could all hang out with. That's
Tailgate.
great.
That's the way to tailgate.
great. Yep.
Yeah, tell them you need it for the Bucks games.
Yep.
that's
No
great.
kidding, right?
A singer from the Four Tops. I don't know whether this is an original singer. I don't know if any of the Four Tops are still alive or not. But is suing a hospital in Michigan for racial discrimination because they didn't believe that he was actually in the group. Instead of addressing his symptoms, they thought he was crazy in order to psychological evaluation.
But how is
and
that?
Put him in a restraining jacket.
How is that racial? I mean, the Four Tops, all black.
Yeah.
All four of them.
But because they didn't believe, I don't know why it's
I don't know
racial.
how it's racial.
I don't know how it's racial, but it's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm in the Four Tops. Okay, lunatic.
But also, you're going to do the same thing that we did. Be like, well, are you an original Four Top?
Yeah.
Or are you a touring top?
He
Or
should
what
have
are
sang
you?
some of the songs.
Yeah.
Maybe they would've let him in.
By the way, they have that thing going to be happening over at the Hard Rock. It is the Commodores, the Spinners, and Pointer Sisters, all three together.
But the Pointer Sisters are dead.
Are the Pointer Sisters
Not
dead?
all of them. I think 2 of them are dead.
And
The Commodores don't have Lionel Richie.
Right.
And I don't know anything about the
Spinners,
Spinners.
yeah,
I mean,
I
I
don't
know
know
the music, but I don't know anything about the band.
listen,
I still
I'm-
think it'll be a great show.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not all original members,
Yeah.
but doing the music of at least.
No.
and-
I think it would be a great show. I'm just saying it's so weird how they can go through without these members. Like I remember the Pointer Sisters died, or like 2 of them died. I thought it's a Pointer Sister. She's just out there and she sings every third word.
So there is a list. Maybe you're thinking about bulking up for your guys' fight or something. Well, there is a list of 8 fast food chains with the highest calorie menu items.
Yeah, write these down, Gio.
And the most caloric item of them all is what? What do you think? The most caloric item out of all the different fast food places. What do you think it
The
would be?
double Big Mac.
No.
Oh, the Baconator.
Yes. It is the Double Down fries from Shake Shack.
Oh, damn.
Double Down fries.
What's on those?
1,910 calories.
What's on those? Happiness. That's what
I imagine a lot of cheese, a lot of bacon.
So it's pretty close because this one from Sonic, the Oreo and Reese's peanut butter shake,
Okay.
has
Yeah.
1,720 calories.
Hello.
I know for years they've said that the fries at Five Guys are like the highest
Really?
in calories out of anybody.
I just saw something that's probably going to make me never eat Five Guys again about all the stuff that they put in their burgers that I didn't
Oh, don't
realize.
tell me that.
I
What-
know.
I mean, at this point, what can they be putting? Unless it's human feces,
It's
I don't
poison.
even care.
It's poison.
They're all poison. Every one of these joints are making things or putting stuff in your food that you're not supposed to eat.
All right, well, I'm going to make the conscious decision not to voluntarily eat something that has 23 different poisons instead of someplace that has 4 or 5.
But I mean, you better
Right.
be pretty confident about what you're saying before you.
I mean,
before
listen,
you,
like I said, I'm not directing anybody to do anything. It just is my own personal thing.
Yeah, so you're having less poison.
Yeah.
You're still having poison.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
with it. So over at Burger King, they have the Bacon King burger that is 12,000. 1,200.
That's a good one.
Calories. Yeah, that's 12,000. That'd be huge. Over at Dairy Queen. By the way, don't sleep on Dairy Queen.
They got great food.
They have all the treats
Yeah.
and the ice cream and all that stuff, but their food's really good. But they have the peanut butter puppy chow blizzard that is 1,360 calories. Let's see. Where is this from? This is from Culver's. They have the Berry Happy Birthday Concrete Mixer.
Jesus.
That is 1,570 calories.
concrete mixture just sounds like it's concrete in my colon.
Checkers has the Baconzilla Triple. That is 1,210 calories from Checkers.
Baconzilla.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of these are the shakes and the big like double burgers and stuff.
Not for any reason at all, just convenience. I never eat at Checkers. I never eat at Five Guys. Like I never eat at like I don't know. I don't come into contact with those places, so I don't. There's no Checkers around here.
Checkers is
So,
so good.
Oh,
yeah.
Checkers is great.
There's a Checkers right down the street.
Where?
Right down Dale Mabry.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
You're
Over
talking
by like side splitters.
Dale
is one.
Mabry to me is like going from the country to the city. There's no. I'm talking about like right in my general vicinity in my travels.
Let's see. What is
Once you start telling me the content of a Trenta cold brew with heavy cream, that's where we're gonna have problems.
So Carmen, the double down fries from Shake Shack, they're melty cheese with crispy pieces of bacon, fresh chopped chilies over
You're
crinkle
doubling
cut
down,
fries.
doubling down on a heart attack.
Yeah, so
fried, I'm fried, I'm fried, I'm fried.
you double down and then you have a double bypass.
Yeah.
right afterwards.
I'm surprised the McGriddles are not up
I know,
there on the
right?
list because when I eat those, I can feel
Yes.
the cholesterol like running through my veins.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you a little confession. I had a double cheeseburger
Oh, dude, yeah.
last week
from
from McDonald's.
okay.
It's delicious.
It is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I've never felt. I mean, I wanted to drive myself to the hospital.
Yeah.
I went to my brother's house, and it was my nephew Billy's birthday, and I just sat on the couch, and I was like, I gotta go, and I was felt awful.
But
Can
in
I
the moment,
tell you
it was great.
Right.
Yes,
Can I tell you why those are
like
good?
heroin.
Yeah.
What's the standout thing about the double cheeseburger from McDonald's? What is the standout in your mind?
The cheese.
You know why? They don't melt it. They just put the cheese on it. They don't melt it. That's the secret.
yeah,
Right?
the when they close it, it's the heat from the
Yeah.
burger.
It does a little bit of melt, but
Right, but it's
the
not.
sides are nice. Yeah. Because
And the
remember they
fact that
talked
they-
about that they were going to start melting on there, and everyone's like, "No, what are you doing? That you're going to ruin it. That's the
Listen.
good stuff."
I got this burger, and the minute I was done eating it, my fingers started feeling tingly. My inside of I felt terrible. Then I went to my brother's house, and I had to go in the other room and sit down on the couch and just sit there because I felt. Carmen, it was
That's
like
not good.
No. It was like I drank poison, and now that was on Sunday. What is today?
Wednesday.
Yeah. You know what? As bad as I felt, I would eat one right,
Right?
now.
Right?
No!
Unbelievable.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
And remember, you're still under oath.
Yes.
Wait.
Did you just have one double cheeseburger?
Yeah,
What else
yes,
did you
I-
have with
You
it?
I didn't
can't
even. I
just
didn't even have
have
fries.
You didn't have fries. You didn't have a
No.
drink. You didn't
The
have
only
anything.
reason I went there is because I never do it. I actually saved the box 'cause I think I was gonna be like, this is my last double cheeseburger I'm ever eating. My daughter, I got my daughter chicken nuggets. I was starving. I hadn't eaten anything, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a burger. I haven't gotten a burger for a long time, and that was it. I didn't get the fries or a drink or anything. I just had the burger, and it was delicious.
I got to tell you, I find you to be a stronger human being just because you got a burger and nothing else.
I don't love the fries. I'll eat them. They smell good and all that stuff, but I don't love them. And I know how it makes me feel. I just wanted one.
When I get 2 bites into the double cheeseburger, instantly my brain goes, I should have ordered 2 of these.
Yes.
I'm telling
They
you right
have
now.
a meal with 2.
I was dying. I was dying that
And you
day,
regret
and I
you
would
did
eat
that
one
too.
right now. Yes.
I find you to be a little bit of a liar because you said the double cheeseburger came in a box. It comes in paper.
No, it came in a box. The box is probably still in my garbage.
Was it a double quarter pounder with
double
cheese?
quarter pounder with cheese. That's what it was.
Yeah. Sorry.
Double cheeseburger doesn't have one.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't even trying to lie there. I'm just saying I just said the wrong burger.
Yeah.
By the way, lawyered.
If I'm going to order a double cheeseburger, it might as well be the double quarter pounder.
But again, like I said
Superior.
before, quarter pounder is the only burger they make fresh,
Yeah.
start to finish.
Oh, it came
Yeah,
in-
that's
it
why I
came
don't
in-
like it.
It came in a brown box.
So good.
Double QPC.
It came in a brown box and it left in a brown box.
Sure did. I think it's still inside me.
That is it for news.
I am not mad at McDonald's. My physical being does not mix well with theirs, and it just didn't make me feel good.
I don't think
It is
anyone
delicious.
does.
It is so good.
I'm going
is
today.
delicious.
I mean, I'm going
Today's
to.
my last burger. I'm going to go today.
If you wanna
Okay,
go,
burger
if,
guy.
If you want to go buy your Wendy's that you love so much, the triple pretzel bun bacon burger, whatever.
yes.
That's their biggest one on there.
That's a good one.
Where's that? Wendy's?
Yeah, Wendy's.
Wendy's loves those pretzel buns,
Yeah.
man.
The bacon pub burger, is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's what on the pretzel one. Look, this guy knows the lingo.
My brother made a spread of food for my nephew's birthday. They had cake, they had all that stuff, and I was like, I'm good. They're like, you don't want to eat it? I'm like, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel like I still have that in me. But yeah, right now I would kill
100%.
Yeah.
100%. They're so good. I know, dude. I know.
My wife took my son to the airport this morning, so when she came back and came in here, I thought for sure she was going to bring McGriddles. Part of me was disappointed, and part of me is so the fact that I could still close my hands makes me so happy that I did.
And she did offer me a skinny bagel, which
That's what I
I
ate.
did not know that was a thing.
Yeah. This house is
makes you
definitely
skinny?
under.
Yeah.
No. It's a thinner bagel.
Right.
Yeah. It's not really. It's more like a pita with a hole in it.
I asked her if she could smash 3 skinny bagels together to
That
make it one.
makes one whole bagel.
One bagel,
Yeah. There's a lot of things. Oh, Carmen.
Yes.
We got groceries delivered, and we usually do that like from Publix all the time. Mm-hmm. So let me just get this out first before you start yelling at me. We usually order groceries, and we order a lot of groceries at once, and it'll be like $350. Okay,
Right.
and that's because we order a lot of stuff, and we have a delivery. You know, we have it delivered, so it's expensive. We ordered from Aldi the other day. Mm-hmm. I think we got twice the groceries for a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was like $160 for the same stuff that we get from Publix. I've never been to and never ordered from Aldi.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how cheap it
they're
is
great.
there.
I love Aldi. I am obsessed.
Yeah.
And they are constantly, so they're owned by Trader Joe's. So a lot of the
Oh, that
stuff.
makes sense.
So a lot of stuff that they get, so people are like, ooh, they're dirty, they're gross. No, they're not. They're owned by Trader Joe's. So whatever Trader Joe's doesn't use or can't hold in their stores, it gets shipped to Aldi's. So that's what you're getting.
My question to you, Carmen, is when did that happen? How long have they been owned by Trader Joe's? Is that a recent purchase within the last like 5-10 years, maybe?
I don't know. JoJo is the one who told me this because
because-
another lady in the office shops at Aldi's.
Yeah, because they used to be lower end and it wasn't very good. I'm going to tell you right now, I know for a fact with that. So they may have been bought out by Trader Joe's and then that kind of revamped it and made it much better
I will
because
tell
they
you,
seem
the fruit,
like they're
the
on
fruit
the
is
come up.
good.
Yeah.
Nope.
I ate some bananas this morning. The fruit is good.
You got to choose your location wisely, though. 'cause
Nah,
there's a
that's
couple
it.
Yeah,
I did too.
locations. They're in some bad areas, not so great.
And it says Trader Joe's has owned Aldi since 1979. So it's always
Actually, Aldi owns Trader Joe's.
been, okay, so the opposite.
Yeah.
Want to hear something gross?
You got Trader Joe's in my Aldi's.
When I was in college, we were up at USF. We went to USave,
Yeah.
which is over there by
I'm
USF.
familiar with the U-Save.
I was blown away about how cheap everything was
Yeah.
at USF. I was like, this place is great. So then we got some burgers and we put them in the oven, and we didn't turn it on yet because we decided we were going to make burgers, but we were waiting for somebody to come home. And then when they came home, they were like, let's go to the movies. And we left the burgers in the oven.
Oh, no.
The next day, the entire apartment was infested with flies.
Yeah.
All from the one day of those burgers being out.
I know.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right. We have a new open letter from Galvin, and we have Carlos Mencia all coming up after the break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. The great Carlos Mencia is here. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm a little sad, dude.
Why?
Well, on the way in, I was listening to you guys.
I always
And
wonder
then
if people do that, if they listen on the
I
way
did.
in.
I remember I actually met Kevin Spacey,
Oh, really?
and we were in close proximity for a while, and he never did anything to
No,
me.
right? You were not attracted
No,
to him?
and like part of me is like, oh, thank God, and part of me is like, what's wrong with me? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really was messing with my head.
Yeah. I understand. What did you do? Did you do a movie or something with him, or were you just...
No, we did an event where they were like promoting like a PlayStation or one of those things where they invite all the celebrities to go.
Yeah.
And but there was a point in time where we were talking and we were kind of just there. And
didn't even flirt with you.
no,
Nothing.
dude.
Yeah.
Which part of me is like cool, but part of me really is like, well, what? Like, why not?
I am flattered when gay guys, like I took my son to go when he was really little to a Comic-Con one time.
Yeah.
And there was a guy who was a writer for one of the comic books or whatever, and my son was wearing a Green Lantern shirt. And he didn't even see Green Lantern. He had a little Comic-Con shirt on. And the guy that was writing struck up a conversation, and he said, does he know the oath? And I go, no, he has never even seen the movie. And he goes, oh, then what about you? Did you do this? And I'm like, this guy is hitting on me. I can feel it. Like he wasn't just talking to me about it. He was like, and what are you doing today?
Right.
How are you? And then he was looking at me, and I was like, this guy is feeling me.
So
out,
your
man.
gaydar went off.
It went off.
Nice.
And I never have that feeling where I'm like, how dare you? I'm like, oh, well, thank you. You know, I feel like sexy all of a sudden. I'm like, all right, thank you. He made me feel sexy.
That's happened to my brother because my younger brother Albert, when we were kids, he was kind of closed off. You know, he was kind of. So there's a place called Los Tacos, and it's in Boys Town in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
So at 2:00 in the morning after the clubs are done, it's the place, bro. Like
Boys Town.
It is
Sounds
just
like it.
flaming gays. I mean, every kind. And when we were kids, when he was a kid, it's probably 19-ish. I took him there, and some dude hit on him, right? And he was pissed. He was like,
He didn't
dude,
like it,
I don't like that, dude. Don't go, what are you talking about? Like, do I look gay? I was like, bro, relax.
Yeah.
So this was in 1989.
Oh, it was not
88,
cool.
89.
It was not cool then. Yeah.
Dude, we went there 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And nobody hit on him. And he was literally pissed. Like he changed so much from that time to now.
He's not sexy
that this
anymore.
time he was like, what happened, bro? I go, what? Like nobody looked at me. I go, dude, you're old, you're chubby, you're not the same guy,
Should have
bro.
taken advantage of the first time.
Should have went in with the first one. Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
it's a trip how we change. You know what I mean? How things. When I was a kid, I never thought. You know what I mean? I never thought when I was a kid that I'd be doing the things that I do now. You know what I mean? Or the stories that I've done.
Yeah, you do tell some stories on here where I'm like, you're one of those people. You, Jay Moore. I'm trying to think of who else. Who else are people who are like, this is what I do. I'm having fun and having a good life, and I don't give a flying F what you think.
Why should we?
No, you shouldn't. But there are too many people that do. Yeah, Jay Moore will just tell you a story, and he'll go, "It's what happened?" Like one time,
but that's what happened
before he married the billionaire. He was like, he was beaten down. He just got a divorce, and he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I go, were you dating now?" He goes, "No, I'm not dating." He goes, "I can't even get it up anymore." He's like, "I have erectile dysfunction because I'm depressed and I'm taking drugs." And I was like, you really are putting a lot out there. He goes, why would I hide it? What can I do? Blah, 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 blah. But then all of a sudden he must have got some Viagra or something because he nailed himself a billionaire. Good for him. It seems to be working out. Carlos Mencia is going to be at the Funny Bone in Ybor City. Which
is that weird to say that?
Yeah. It is because I have to, but I don't even know if enough people know that the Improv in Ybor is now called the Funny Bone.
Right.
Which I just want to make sure people know. So if they're like, well, I'd like to go. I never heard of this Funny Bone before.
Right.
Yeah. Why do they do that? A new group bought them, or how does that work out? Do you know?
Okay, so the guy that owns the Funny Bones, his name is Stroop. He's always had a big part of, I don't know what percentage, of his club in Orlando.
Oh, I gotcha.
And I think it's about 30 to 50 grand for the Improv name.
Oh, so he was
a month.
A month.
I think so. Some crazy number. Where changing it to the funny bone is going to save him you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Take it. Yeah.
So he just and plus that's his company. So he owns all the funny bones across the country.
Okay, so he's got a new legacy for himself. He's got a whole new thing. Do you recall what it looks like in there? Did you work last? No, you just got here today.
Yeah. Did he change it?
No. I love that club. But I don't know if comedians like it because it's high. It's got a balcony in it. But to me, that's just like one of the nicest places.
I love it, except for the little step behind you.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a stage, and then behind the stage, there's another step that I'm always afraid I'm going to hit it and fall backwards, or hit it and fall forwards. Yeah.
Please give us permission.
That scares the living ass out of me.
Please give us permission to laugh at that if you fall off the stage.
Oh my God! Yeah. So a lot of people with cerebral palsy have been coming to my shows lately. All
right. Okay.
You putting that vibe
no,
out?
because here's how it works. Yeah. If I start talking about, so I had a couple of years of transgenders.
Yeah.
Because did I tell the story here? The Ron Jeremy story?
I don't know. Tell us again because I don't remember.
So in 1996, Ron Jeremy, introduces me to this beautiful woman.
Yes. You can tell it again if you want because I barely remember. Okay.
But anyway, basically turned out to be a trans.
Right.
So anyway, when I started telling that story, a bunch of trans started coming in the show.
Gotcha.
So I started telling a story about how my aunt, who's also my godmother, she has palsy. And every picture that I've ever taken of her, right, if there's two pictures. There's one where it's like from the belly up of her holding me.
Right.
And then there's one that's quote unquote funny of people holding their hands underneath because she has palsy. And she dropped me like 5 times in my life. Right. So my dad took those to be funny. Like, you like that picture? I was like, yeah, it looks beautiful. And look at the bottom. And then there's like 2 people holding
it together. Yeah.
Right. So I started telling this story about when I was a kid. When I was 8 years old, my cousin Benji, who's my age, got shot in the back, and he became a paraplegic. So he ended up at the hospital all the time because of scoliosis. Yeah. He didn't do these raises you're supposed to do so you don't get sores in your butt.
Yeah.
But he got them all the time.
Yeah.
So we ended up at this place called Rancho Los Amigos Hospital in Downey, California. It still exists. And it's the poor people hospital.
Gotcha.
All right. So I started doing stand-up because I'd go there all the time. When you hang out with people with disabilities who are above a certain intellect, below a certain intellect, it doesn't matter. They don't get it. It's irrelevant. But above a certain intellectual level, you just begin to see them as people.
Yeah.
You ignore their tics. You ignore they talk like this. You don't even see that anymore.
Get used to it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, bro, when I started doing stand-up, they had an intervention for me.
Why?
Because they were pissed that when I hung out with them, I told jokes about them. But when I did stand-up, I never brought them up.
Okay.
Right? So it went like this. And I'm not making fun of them. I'm just doing a good impression. Hey, Carlos, we're making other days that they call you the equal opportunity offender because you make fun of everybody. But you never make fun of us. How come?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I go, because if I do an impression of you, nobody's going to think nobody's going to go, oh, that's a good impression.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's the one impression that the better you do it, the more people get pissed. You know what I mean?
You are,
yeah. You do Bill Cosby and go, blah, 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 oh my God, Bill Cosby. You do cerebral palsy good.
Nobody's mad.
Everybody's pissed. Everybody's pissed. And so I was trying to explain to him, like, I can't do it because they're not going to understand. They don't get us.
Right.
They just see you as this thing, and they don't get this. And I go, if you laugh, they're going to get mad at you.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go, well, if he wasn't laughing, Carlos wouldn't be able to do the joke.
Right.
And so this kid named Marcus is listening in the back, and I go like this, and that's why I won't do an impression of you because of that. And Marcus goes, or maybe it's because you're an effing pussy.
Oh.
Straight up, dude. Straight up. And I was like, what did you say?
He called you a pussy with extra spray.
Oh, call me a pussy with extra spray.
Yeah.
And, dude, we had so much fun. I remember one time, there's this kid named Jeffrey who hates cheese.
Right.
Loves cheeseburgers.
Okay.
So I remember, like, these are the moments where have made a difference in my comedic life later. Because we're hanging out, and I go, you like cheese, but you hate cheese but love cheeseburgers? Like, how does that work? Because that's cheese. And one of the kids with palsy goes, that's because he's retarded. I'm like, you can't say that, dude.
He can say it.
Exactly. That's what they said. And so when I started doing those stories, you know what I mean? They come up. So what happened was, long story short, I said to the guys, okay, listen, next time I do a show for you guys, I'll do an impression.
Right.
Because I feel safe. And they go, okay. 2 months later, dude, I get a phone call from McDonald's Corporation if I want to do a show to to raise money for kids with disabilities at the Ronald McDonald School for the Handicapped. That's what it used to be called. In East LA, where I grew up. Like, I know the school. Benji, my cousin, he went to that school.
Right.
So I was like, of course I'm going to do it. They would have it. I show up. And whoever sat in the room didn't understand. You can't put people with severe disabilities in the front row.
Oh, for a comedy show.
No, like, give me people that could laugh.
Yeah.
I get that they're there. I get it.
Right.
But it's just, you know what I'm saying?
You're not playing to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, dude, I swear, the 1/4 of the front toward the right, they're all cerebral palsy, and they sat them all together.
Oh.
And dude, and they're all palsy, so they're all shaking and moving. And I swear to God, I literally start getting kind of seasick. So I start cheating to my left. As I cheat to my left, there's a guy with a respirator. Just staring at me and just and I'm like, what? Guys, come on. So I go, dude, just get yourself together. Just get yourself together. And I start getting into it, and I start doing jokes, and I start talking about growing up across the park and all this cool stuff. And dude, it's going great.
Get into it, yeah.
I'm watching the timer, 22 minutes and 38 seconds into my show. The kids with cerebral palsy start to chant, "You're an effing pussy" to me. So imagine just to go, and everybody's and I
nothing
just
is synced.
and exactly. Yeah. And I have no idea what to do. And then Marcus looks at me and he goes, I had to accept that I have cerebral palsy, and you have to accept that you're an effing pussy. And it hit me hard, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, not gonna happen. I'm about to do this impression. And I looked at the people in the back.
Right.
And I said, guys, I'm about to offend you. I'm sorry, but these guys really want me to do an impression of cerebral palsy. As I was talking, bro, in my head, I went, I don't know what the word canceled was. It didn't exist at the time, but I knew getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And I knew, like, this might ruin my budding beginning career. So as I was talking, I was allowing spit to gather in the back of my mouth so it would get wider.
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm going to do an impression. I'm going to spit it out, and white stuff's going to come down the side of my mouth.
Right.
And it's either going to be hysterical or I'm getting canceled.
Right.
And dude, that's exactly what happened, bro. I let it out. I go, you're gonna want, and I kind of put them on the line because I looked at the palsy section and I go, you want me to do an impression, right? And they were like, a good one. And I was like, there it is. That's my key. And dude, I did it. I contort my body. I start talking. Spit comes out of the side of my mouth. Pandemonium, dude. The people in the back who are normal, you know, quote unquote,
right?
They're not laughing.
Yeah, they're afraid.
Oh, they're not laughing.
Yeah.
But the kids in the front are dying, bro. Dying. I'm stuck on stage, and this kid stands up because all the other kids with palsy started going, Tommy Carlos looks just like you. All right? So Tommy gets pissed.
Yeah.
Tommy stands up and goes, shut the F up. And everybody's quiet. And I'm on stage like, man, I can't believe this is happening to me. Everybody's quiet. And Tommy goes, I don't look Mexican. And the whole place goes ape. You know what I mean? And so I've been telling that story, going back to what you were talking about. And I was performing recently in Kansas City. And this guy, like palsy, but like hoppy palsy, not just like he was like kind of jumpy and walking. And he comes up and he goes, hey, man, I have cerebral palsy. Thank you so much. Can we take a picture? And I take a picture with him. And, bro, as he walks away from me, he falls.
Oh.
dude, and the whole room where I'm taking pictures, it's full.
Right.
It's the beginning, right? Because
Right.
I let them cut in line, and so everybody's quiet. And I'm just like, oh my God, he fell. Like, Jesus Christ, what's going to happen here? And he just pops himself right back up and he goes, happens all the time. And he just walks away. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. So I've been getting that a lot.
If I've been in the crowd before and a comedian will make a fat joke, I don't feel as nice as the palsy people do about it. I don't know. I'm not like, that was great. Do it again.
You don't feel included?
No. I liked it better when they didn't see me.
You don't like when they remind you that you can't see your penis anymore?
There's a lot of
That's
that.
not funny anymore.
A lot of that goes on. Hey, by the way, though, you bring that up. Every time, I would say a majority of the times I get up in the middle of the night and I go to take a leak, you know, I look down and I see my penis and I go, I don't understand. What I mean, there must be a certain kind of fat where you can't see your penis anymore, or maybe I have an okay sized penis, but I can still see it. I've never not seen it. I know what it looks like. I could draw it if I had to.
Has any of it disappeared?
Yeah, I don't see the back. I don't see the back part of it, but I can see the front part. I know he's still there. It's so funny.
You must have a decent sized penis.
I mean, I think I'm okay. I don't think I would nothing to brag about, but I'm just
because
saying.
think about it. There are guys who flaccid.
Yeah.
2.5 inches.
Yeah. I have to tell you.
Think about a 2.5 inch to a 3.5 inch flaccid, and a gut that goes over 5 inches.
Right. My gut is.
You know what I'm saying?
My gut is above it.
Right.
And
I mean, lift the fat. You can do that.
Yeah. There is times in a flaccid state where I am alarmed at. I say it looks like a bird's nest with a little baby egg inside it. Yeah, yeah. But upon it's like an Avenger when called for duty, it just shines. You know what I mean? It never has any
You're
problem.
a grower, not a shower.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's like a knife. You put it in this little sheath when you're not using it, and you pull it out when you're ready to fight.
Right.
So I'm just keeping it there.
I know, and I'm not circumcised, so for me that goes double.
You really have the sheath.
Oh yeah.
Now they say that you have a lot more feeling when you don't get circumcised.
So
like
much
that.
more. Well, I don't know. I can't compare.
Like I'm happy with mine.
I don't know. Tell me what it feels like, Kevin.
I always wonder about that because neither one of us would know. I don't know because I've always been that way.
Right. Here's what my doctor said.
Yeah.
Because I went with my cousin to the doctor one time who is circumcised, and we asked the doctor that question. And he told my cousin, he goes, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your arm as if you're holding a dumbbell close.
Right.
Hold it like that for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And he held it like that for a few minutes, and then it kind of got sweaty right in between the arm.
Yeah.
And on the opposite side of the elbow. And he goes, okay, now open it up. And he goes, touch that part. And then he goes, touch the other part. Which one's more sensitive? He goes, oh my God, this one's so much more sensitive. He goes, that's what it's like for him. The head of his penis never touches anything while yours hits the side of your stuff, hits the front. So you're a little desensitized. Like he just feels everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, boy, which sounds great, except, people like me suffer from premature ejaculation.
Oh, really? Because of that?
Well, think about it. I mean, it's covered the whole time, and then all of a sudden it comes out, and somebody touches it. It's you know what I'm saying? It's just So I'm good for round 2 and 3. That's when I'm good.
You got to get one out of the way first. I get you. I get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Question: have you seen the George Lopez video of him walking off the stage?
You know what sucks, dude? I don't like talking smack about it, the comics. It's just something I don't like doing. So it stops me sometimes from posting stuff.
Right.
But the minute that happened, I wanted to post something that said, I find it ironic that people are mad that he gets off early because I literally get in trouble for staying on too long.
Too long, yeah.
Like I literally the opposite. For me, it's like, oh, Carlos he's supposed to get off and stayed on for like 45 minutes after. It's like, so I get it. Like people aren't happy.
Nobody gets mad. The only people that get mad about that is the wait staff. The fans love it. Like I remember Ralphie May. Yeah, Ralphie May would go like for an hour and a half. Yeah, he'd just be on a roll. And I'm in there before I was friends with Ralphie. I'd be like, "How could this guy? He's just killing. This is great." Right. My head would hurt, from laughing.
Right.
And then I realized the only people that are mad are the wait staff because they want to go home. Everybody, but nobody else is complaining. But anyway, he for those people who don't know, George Lopez was on stage at a casino.
He didn't even get heckled, by the way.
No,
it wasn't even a heckle.
They would just drunk, excited
Yelling
people.
out,
I think
excited,
yelling out
stupid stuff.
It wasn't like they were trying to interrupt his jokes. They were just, giving him like a lot. And one lady said, "I want to buy you a drink."
Right.
And instead of just ignoring her or telling her, "Hey, thanks, but shut up," he got mad like a baby and walked off stage.
He's been doing it long enough that he's like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this.
it, right?
Ugh,
Yeah.
You people. Yeah, well, but here's the thing. And I knew this was going to happen. And I told all my comedy friends, dude, we're going to start getting heckled more and more and more.
Yeah.
And my friend's like, why? Because of the audience and people change? I go, no. Because all these comedians are posting
Heckling
stuff.
videos,
And instead of writing a joke and then going, I'm going to post that joke, they start doing crowd work.
Yeah.
And so all of the stuff from, all of these comics, it's them talking to the audience talking back.
Yeah.
I
So
blame Mark Norman.
What was that?
I blame Mark Norman.
Is he the one that started it?
Yeah, he started doing the crowd work and posting that. They say because
Wasn't it that Heathcliff or Hedgecliff?
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Was it Tony and those guys?
I don't know.
What about the young kid? What's his
Matt
name?
Rife.
Matt Rife. Is it Rife
yeah.
doing
He
it
made
too?
it.
That's
Yeah.
all he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these guys are doing that. So, I mean, dude, I've had people yell out stuff that I don't. Where was I? Oh, 2 weeks ago. I was at a casino in California, and a guy just yelled out, and I was like, what? And then somebody goes, he wants you to talk about the president of El Salvador. I go, dude, I don't care about our old-ass president. Why would I care about El Salvador? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
But it is interesting that Honduras, Salvador, but Honduras and Mexico have beat the United States of America in misogyny because they've actually had a female president.
Yeah.
And we still haven't.
We still have it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
What is the guy's name who it was in Scarface who used to walk out with the big radio?
Angel Salazar.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. In like 20, 30 years ago, I saw Angel Salazar in Miami at the Improv there in Coconut Grove. And this guy next to me was yelling out, and I couldn't understand why. And the waitress came over and she said, "You can't talk during the show." And his exact response was, "I'm just helping him out." And
Yeah.
Right.
People think that. They think
Yes.
they're supposed to be part of the show.
That's what they think.
Oof.
That's what they think.
That is brutal.
And so, yeah, but listen, it's gold. Like this weekend, I had a girl. I can't post a lot of this stuff there was a 16-year-old girl with her brother.
Careful what you say next. I'm just kidding.
No. Listen, the thing is that but toward the end of the show, we started talking about their parents having sex, and of course, it just goes down this crazy road.
Right.
But you can't post stuff like that because they're underage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of edgy.
You guys have to worry about that now. I was with Bobby Kelly, and he has a really good video guy. They take clips of his stuff and they put it out there, and he made him pull one down. And I go, "That's hilarious." He goes, "I can get in trouble for that now." And I went, "Oh, that's got to be horrible to have this job and think about that. Like you can't even be funny without having to worry about somebody getting uptight about it. That wasn't even at the show."
And YouTube is worse than a network.
Yeah.
Right? Because a
YouTube
network,
will
like
live
if I
there.
went to ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, whatever it is, and said, I got this much money, I want to spend it, they'll be like, well, what time slot do you want? What show do you want? I'd say, I want it on this show for this time slot, AGT, blah, blah, blah. The problem with the algorithm now on YouTube is that they don't know what video is going to go to what advertisement.
Right.
So, bro, like videos that have profanity on it, They put limits on it.
Oh, yeah.
Videos that I had a friend that had a video that went really well, and then it just stopped. And we tried to find out what it was, and it was because he said the word bullying in it.
Oh,
Even though it was I got bullied, it was I got bullied when I was a kid. The word bullying itself suppressed the video because the algorithm doesn't know if you're doing for or against.
No. They don't send sarcasm. I put a video up one time and I said something to my son and then I told him I was going to punch him in the eye.
Right.
And it took me down for violence.
Yeah.
I was like, it's my son. I'm not going to hit him.
And you're really not going to exactly.
Yeah.
So
and that's why a lot of people started saying unalived themselves.
Yeah,
you can't say
instead of,
suicide.
suicide.
Because it will get marked and get pulled if you talk about suicide.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Like so it's even worse. It's like this whole thing is worse. But here's the thing: it's that people think they're important.
Oh yeah.
I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah, no.
Right? Like I swear to God, when I was about 8 years old, and I'm one of 18 kids. Remember that? So I'm the 17th one of 18 kids. First of all, my dad used to play a song for us when we were kids. and it's
Let
literally
me
called
remember your name.
In This
There's Carlos and Chichu and Tachi and
Dude, if my family, just my family, was stuck on Gilligan's Island, we wouldn't be able to get to the end of it because you know what I mean. Andorca, Casimiro, Roberto, Alberto. Like it would be like, how many people are on this goddamn island?
let's do like Good Will Hunting when he lies and said he was and she's like, name all your.
Oh, not Tommy.
Yeah.
No, see, I'll remember him.
You're right.
But here's the problem: whoever I say last will get a phone call. I have a cousin that's not far from here, so he's listening right now.
Right.
So whoever I say last, I'm gonna get a phone call later on. It's usually like Martha or Olga or one of them, or Maribel, because she would be the last one because she lives here in Miami. She'll give me a call and be like, so I'm the last one? Remember when you were a kid and you broke your leg and I took you to the hospital and I'm the last one? And then it cost me like a really nice dinner at a really, at a Michelin one restaurant. So I now just refrain from doing it. But I have funky, we have funky names. Like I have a sister named Dorca.
Dorca,
D-O-R-C-A.
That's great.
Yeah, in Spanish, it sounds awesome. Dorca.
Yeah.
Once you go to English.
Once you go to high school, it's not fun anymore. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when I named my son, I had to pass the names through my dad, through the filter of his accent.
Oh, to see what it would sound like when he was saying
So I wanted to name my son Sean. That was the name I had picked for my son.
Sean?
Yeah, exactly. I go, Dad, say Sean. He goes, Ton. I'm like, nope, not going to happen. Because in my family, everybody has a nickname.
Yeah.
So his nickname would have been Chan Chan or something stupid like that.
Right.
But here's the problem.
Jackie Chan.
I said Lucas, and he said Lucas. He goes, Lucas, it was cool. But now people call him Luke. So when my dad says look at Luke, it's so hysterical because he's like, look at Luke. Like, what? Look at Luke. Like, what is look at Luke? Like,
look at Luke.
Yeah, exactly. So we got to run it through the filter of my dad. But yeah, I have all that family, and it's he used to play a song called In This World, Nobody is Indispensable. Right? So he taught us that we were special to him.
Gotcha.
But not to the world.
Right.
So when I was about 8 years old, he literally said this to me. My dad goes, Mijo, you're my favorite. You're the smartest one of all my kids. Mm-hmm. And I love you so much. But if you die, I'm not going to miss you. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I got 17 more.
And I was like, yes, that's exactly what he said. And when I made a face, he got mad at me. Yeah. I got sad and he was like, why are you so selfish? You're already dead and you want me to be mean to your brothers and sisters? I'm like, I'm not dead, dude. I'm right here. I'm in your face. So
do you think he told all of
it was different.
Did he tell all of your siblings that they were the favorite and the smartest?
No, he was really, really honest.
Really?
Like if you would have lined up my mother and father when, we were teenagers or preteens, you know what I mean? She would have told you. Like my mom would have said to my 3 oldest sisters, this is what my mother, and I've heard her say this, by the way, but she would have said it like to your face. If you would have said, like, what about your 3 daughters? She would have been, well, that one right there, her name is Anna. She's very smart. She's going to go to college. Her other one, that's Marta. She's crazy. She's a whore. She's going to have like so many penises. And then we're like, what about the other one? She's like, I don't know yet, but I think she might be okay. Like just like straight up. Like just real. She's the kind of mom that when I have a weekend where I eat too much, just for a weekend, I get back home and she goes, oh, you got fatter. What happened? Like she's, you know what I mean? Just straight up, brutally honest. Yeah. I remember when I first met my wife and we introduced her, I go, listen, my mom might say something that sounds callous.
Right. That's how she is.
She's just being honest. It's not, there's no judgment to it.
Yeah.
So if she says that you're fat or you're tall or whatever, just understand.
It's what she sees.
She's, and she's not trying to say anything bad about you.
Right.
And so she had to, like my wife had to learn so many like cultures.
Oh, yeah. She's straight up white chick, your wife?
She's from Oregon.
Oh.
Her family's from Portugal.
Okay.
So she kind of gets it. But I remember the first time she goes, let's have a barbecue and invite your family. I go, you want to invite my family? Well, invite your mom. I go, okay. I knew what was going to happen. So she calls my mom and says, come over. And I go, we need to prepare for about 125 people to show up at our house.
That's right. Once the floodgates are
Right.
open, they're
And
all
she
coming
goes, no, I just invited your mom. I go, yeah. And my mom right now is calling everybody in the family. And she goes, no, that's not going to happen. And I go, yeah, it is. She's what's it going to, like, they're going to call me and tell me. I'm like, nobody's going to call you with a count. Nobody's going to call you and go, oh, just so you know, I invited. She's going to invite everybody, blanket statement.
Yeah.
And normally everybody doesn't come. But because I'm Carlos Mencia, nobody's going to want to be, hurt my feelings.
Right,
so they're all going to come.
show up, yeah.
So they all showed up, bro. One showed up with a goat.
To cook? Or
yeah.
pet?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Like somebody showed up with a goat, and my wife is so stupid. She goes, oh, it's like a petting zoo. I go, wait for it. Wait for it. And you hear, bah, gunshot. And I go, there it is. Go out back and see what happened.
Wow.
And dude, she goes out back and she goes, they're stabbing a goat in the neck. I'm like, no, that's just to bleed it out so that the meat is tasty. And so there was, and then after that, 3 people showed up with chickens. And my mom took care of that, bro. My mom just grabbed the chicken, grabbed it by the neck, flipped it 3 times.
Really? Just
threw it on the floor.
Neck?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And she did it to all 3 of them. And then, and then you dip it in hot water. You put hot water, and that's how you take out the feathers. And it smells like wet dog. Oh my God. That stink is like, oh, it's so horrible.
I'm thinking of the parallels in my head of an Italian family. Yeah. Because my great-grandfather would wake up and say, Sadie, let's have a barbecue today.
Right.
And then he'd make one phone call.
Right.
And then they would all call each other
Right.
and say, and I'm like, but nobody's showing up with chickens or anything like that. But I did see my Uncle Joe one time pulled an eel out of I was fishing and I caught an eel. And I mean, it's pulling a snake out of the water.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And my Uncle Joe picked it up by the tail and whacked it against the bulkhead on the deck until it was out, until it was dead, and then gave it to my grandmother. She stripped it up, and we had eel that night. And that's the equivalent of, I mean, we didn't go get the pet, bring it there, and shoot it and bleed it out, but still, we were pulling things out and killing it right there on the property.
But that's normal. Like my mother to this day, if I ask her, Mom, I haven't had mole. Mole is this really deep Mexican dish. It's chocolate chicken.
Yeah.
She won't go to the market. She'll literally be like, okay, can you take me? I go, no, but Albert will, my younger brother. And he'll take her to this place in East LA where it's kind of like one of those restaurants that have the lobster things.
Yeah, where you go pick it out.
Yeah. You walk in and you point to a chicken or a rooster.
Yeah.
And they take it away. And bro, here's the weird part.
And then your mom has to extinguish it, or it does
No. They kill it in the back. But the weird part is when they bring it to you, that through the paper you can feel how warm it.
Oh, it was just alive.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could feel that it was just. Oh, that creeped me out.
I don't want to know. I don't want to see all. I just want to eat it.
Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing. My parents got me accustomed to doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you're not. It's not awkward to you.
No. So we had a pig, right? When I was 10ish, we had a pig that had 15 little babies, but only had 14 nipples.
Right.
So my dad goes, just wait about a day and a half and we're going to find the one. And so about a day and a half later, there's one in the corner. Now, 2 days later, he's smaller than the others already.
Right.
So my dad goes, you see that one is going to die. So take care of it. In the morning, after we milk the cows, give them milk, feed it. Dude, I fed it till it became the biggest pig we had.
Oh, nice.
Right? Huge. Named him Larry. Named him Larry, bro. He was my pet pretty much.
Yeah.
One morning, bro.
Bye-bye, Larry. Yeah.
I wake up to a gunshot. I was like, what's going on? I run out back. It's Larry, dude. I come back in the room crying. I go, Dad, they killed Larry. And my dad goes, yeah, well, what did you think we were going to do? I was like, well, I thought you were going to let it live forever. And we hadn't had protein because we lived out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
We hadn't killed a chicken. We hadn't gone fishing. So we had rice, beans, and dairy products for like 3 to 4 weeks straight. So, dude, everybody's eating this pig, bro, and I don't want to eat it. And then I had,
it's staring you in the face.
Bro.
You smell it. You smell Larry.
In the minute that I ate Larry, bro, everything changed. So, you know what I mean? You bringing a goat to my house and killing it, don't care. It's no big deal. I don't care what his name is.
People say it all the time, at the schools here, you could buy, you could take an agricultural class where you get a cow You buy the cow, and then you raise it, and then they take it to auction and sell it, and that's what they do. And then they make like a charity fundraiser, but you could buy into this pig or whatever, or cow. And people are like, I couldn't raise it and then eat it. I would talk to it during the years, going, one day I'm going to eat you. One day I'm getting.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah. I'd be like, come on, Larry, eat this, fatten it up, Larry. I would just let him know one day you're going to make me very happy.
You know what's funny? I would do that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I was on the farm today, I would definitely do that now. But back then, I was 10, bro. I was
Yeah,
a little
no,
kid.
you're a
I
little
was-
kid. That's
I was
different story.
traumatized, dude. I was
That's like me going
freaked
outside
out.
and my dog is gone, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden we're eating dog feet. This is Carlos Mencia. He is going to be at the Funny Bone in Ybor City, formerly the Improv. 864-4000. It's been a while. I don't know. For some reason.
Does anybody call anymore now? You just go online, right?
Well, I guess everybody goes online now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still old. So I'm old and I'm
Sure.
old now. I got
I
to
got
double
you.
check, make sure people still work there and all that stuff. Yeah, or you can go to Tampa Funny Bone, I imagine. TampaFunnyBone.com.
Yeah, it's TampaFunnyBone.com.
And,
Or go to CarlosMencia.com. And then you click on it and you get over.
Click it, buy your tickets that way. Where have you been? What have you been?
Dude,
hopping
I've
around the
been
country?
everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, you know what? It's funny. There were a few times in my life where I felt a calling to stand up.
Right.
One of them was 92 during the riots. Because
Yeah.
I'm from LA, so
Yeah,
I was
you have
able to
stuff to say,
I was able to make fun of the rioters. I was able to make fun of the blacks. I was
Right.
able to Koreans. I was like able to get in that world and really get into it. The next one was September 11th. I remember.
Time to be
It
funny.
happened on a Tuesday, and I remember on Friday I was watching Chris Rock at the Laugh Factory, and anytime he mentioned anything about the 11th, you could see the audience perk up.
Yeah.
But then every other comedian went on. Nobody did jokes about it. They just would go like, man, crazy, right? And you'd see people go, crazy how? But nobody was wanting to do a joke about
Yeah.
it. And I remember watching that going, I'm not afraid to do jokes about that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you find an album, it's called America Rules. That album was written between the 11th and the 19th of September.
What do you remember? What was your first September 11th joke? Like, what did you have? What did you come out with?
Well, first, I think what started it was they messed with the right airlines, right? Because I don't know if you remember this, but they were on American and Delta and United,
Right.
Right? They didn't mess with Southwest Airlines,
Right.
but Southwest Airlines at that point had killed somebody. I don't know if you remember the story
kind of
where there's a guy on a Southwest Airlines who said, "I'm going to open the door," and he
Yeah.
started running toward the door. The people in there stopped him. By the time the plane landed, he was dead.
Yeah.
So they literally killed the guy on a plane.
So you picked the
on
right,
Southwest.
They picked the right airline.
So
to do it.
the first joke was that
Okay.
they didn't go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, man, it was so long ago, but I think I did the black guy, the Latino, and the redneck coming together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think the joke went something like, when the cops came in, they were like, "What happened?" And then the redneck was like, "Well, this brown guy over here started saying la la la, running toward the back, and then he tripped and fell over there." And then the black guy was like, "Yeah, man, he just tripped over something. I don't know what happened." And then the Mexican, you know what I mean? So that was like that was the whole. It started that. It was, but you saw
It's
September.
ballsy to come out of the gate between the 11th and the 19th.
Never been afraid of that.
It's not. It's
Never
not so much
been afraid of that.
It's like, here's the deal with radio, right? So we went to 24-hour CNN at the time.
Correct. I remember.
And we had nothing to do. And I said to my boss after like 2 days, I'm like, well, when do we go back to work? When do we start doing things the way we used to do?
Right.
And he said, you know what we're waiting for? Letterman. Wait till Leno and Letterman start getting on and making jokes again. That's
Right.
when it'll be okay. So really, it was based on comedy. I mean, when when they felt like the comedy kings at the time
Right.
were ready to go, then it's ready for the rest of the world
Right.
to go. Yeah. That's a lot of pressure on comedians.
Yeah, and you know, it was like this. HBO was like, it's a little too raw. It's
Yeah.
a little like they're like, this
They
is
said that,
amazing,
yeah.
but we got to let it settle a little bit. And then it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed, and I never did it. But
Yeah.
like I was gonna do a special that was literally just all about that.
Oh, wow.
But then I get it, because at the time, I didn't know how to smile as much on stage, so people thought that I was
more.
angry.
Yeah.
You know, and it's weird. I've always been intrigued by that. The fact that I'll have people say to me like, "Why are you angry?" or something like that. I go, I got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
I didn't get a standing ovation because they're mad at me.
Right.
They were laughing so hard that at the end of the show, they stood up. But if you don't pay attention to their laughs and you just look at me, I guess what it is. And I was hanging out with Santana the other day, and he was like, Brother Carlos, it's because you're intense, bro. You're intense, man. So I was like, it's intensity? He's like, intensity scares people.
Yeah, they can't tell the difference. By the way,
can't.
Brother Santana is here this weekend, too.
Is he?
Yeah, on Sunday.
Oh, I did not know that. I might stay an extra day. Oh, and I didn't even talk about this. I just got a residency at Harrah's in Vegas.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah,
Good for
so
you. That's
starting
great.
at the end of this month, every weekend till the end of the year, I'm at Harrah's.
Are you starting at the end of June?
At the end of June,
I'm
beginning of
coming out
July,
there at the
every
end of
Sunday
June.
and Monday.
I'm going out for the McGregor fight.
Come by every Sunday and Monday.
Oh, that might be great. I might hit you up.
Every Sunday and Monday, I'm gonna be at Harrah's, bro. So
I'll have my son with me, and my son I want him to experience all the good stuff in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I have all kinds of hookups over there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got to hit me up. My best friend Enzo, one of my best friends in the world, has a restaurant. I think it's at Encore.
Okay.
It's an Italian spot.
All right.
I'm gonna hook you up.
All right. Yeah, for
and
sure.
you're gonna sit down and you're not gonna ask for anything.
That's the
just
best way
gonna
to
bring
go.
you food.
It's the best way to do
He's
it. Yeah.
just gonna hook you up, unless there's something that you really, really need and want.
Oh, I know. Look at me. I'm pretty happy with everything.
Yeah. He's Oh you're gonna love it, dude. It's called Allegra. It's amazing, dude. Enzo from Allegra. Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Listen
I know,
to me.
dude.
I want everybody to go see Carlos this weekend at the Funny Bone in Ybor City, formerly the Improv.
And don't come if you're easily offended. Seriously, because we're gonna make fun of everything. Like
even
everything.
several palsy people have no chance.
Oh, there might be somebody with palsy.
Yeah.
You might be sitting next to somebody with palsy.
I know I brought this up to you before, but I want to bring it up just because on this note again.
Yeah.
I have had you on the show a bunch of times. I've had Brad Williams on the show a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And it took like 3 times before I realized that the whole way Brad Williams got into comedy was you were making fun of midgets and he was at the show.
I literally had half the audience is laughing.
Yeah. And you did not realize.
Literally half.
Yeah.
Like you literally go down and this side is laughing and the left side isn't. And I literally stopped and went, is there a midget over here?
Yeah. That's
Like seriously, is there a midget over here? And I see the little hands go up. And I go, come up on stage. And I go, dude, it was just comedy gold because a dwarf comes up on stage.
Right.
And I get him a mic and I go, so where do you work? And he goes, Disneyland. Eruption.
Awesome,
Eruption.
Yeah.
And then I go, what do you do there? And then we found out. See, this is why I hate political correctness and all this wokeness and all this kind of stuff. Dwarves, actual people with dwarfism, cannot be dwarves when they do the reenactment plays of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Too small?
No, it's offensive.
To dwarves?
Yes. So think about that.
Yeah, I get it.
Dwarves are not going to get paid to be dwarves because it's offensive to dwarves. So instead, we're going to give that money to average sized men.
So what did he do at Disneyland?
So his job was he was a bodyguard for Mickey and Minnie.
As a little
Exactly, because Disneyland doesn't want somebody that looks like you or me running up on 5 and 8-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have a little person who can kind of manhandle children.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Next time you have him in, have him tell you stories about when he got a little aggressive with children. Yes, dude.
Some tough kids.
So so it's hysterical. We have a dance off at the end of the night.
I love it.
Cut to a year later, performing at the Improv. So this was at the Improv in Brea, California. So a year later, I'm performing at the Improv in Ontario, California. And he shows up. Yo, Los, I've been doing stand-up for a year.
Really?
I got the bug. You brought me on stage, and I just can't get rid of it. I love doing this. And he goes, and I'm just here to see the show. He walks away. And my wife goes, Ned, you should put him on. You should put him on. And I go, I'm not sure. My brother Albert comes up and goes, bro, he's going on, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, guys, you guys don't understand young comedy. When we're young, too young, and they put us, if I put him on and he bombs,
Right.
this is going to hurt him for a really long time.
Yeah.
It's going to mess with his ego, with his confidence. Like, I don't want to put him in a situation where I want to nurture this kid. I don't want to put him in a bad situation. What if they don't laugh?
Yeah.
And I sort of got my brother looks at me and he goes, He's a midget. They're going to laugh, stupid.
This is true. He's already halfway there.
And I was like, all right. And so I bring him on. I let him go on stage. At the end of the show, I bring him on stage. There's a guy in the front row with these cowboy boots. I make him take off his cowboy boots. He puts on the boots, and they go all the way up to his penis. You know what I mean? And we play a country song and have him dance and do a dance off.
Funny.
And that's when, if anybody back in the day saw my shows, when we used to do lap dances, that's how it started.
Oh,
because he did a dance, and then there were some girls up there that were like, "Oh my God, we're getting married," and we're like, "What? Get up here!" And I had Brad give her lap dances
in the cowboy boots.
In the cowboy boots,
funny.
and that's how that started. Yeah. So Brad Williams was like literally my discovery.
Yeah,
so
that's so funny.
And here's the thing: when you see Brad, you can see me and Brad.
Yeah.
Like when you watch Brad perform,
right. He's got
you go, he definitely was mentored by Carlos Mencia. He's got the little ticks, the little, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not like most comics. I'm not intimidated by that. I don't see that and go, you know what I mean? I look at it and go, oh wow.
It's a proud kind of thing.
Flattering, man. Flattering. You know, when I watch that kind of stuff. So it's cool. But comedy right now is people need to laugh, bro. People need to laugh.
There's a lot to laugh at too. There's a lot of things. Yeah.
And the beauty of my stuff right now is everywhere I go, people tell me you have the most diverse audiences that we ever had at this club.
Wow.
But the beauty of that is, you know, I'll drop an M-bomb, and then you could see like part of the room tighten up. And then the black people in the room are laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is like, oh, it's okay. And then I call them on it. Oh, but if the black people weren't here and blah, blah, blah. And so at a certain point, everybody just gives in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just has a good time.
Has a great time and just enjoys themselves about anything. The only people that don't allow themselves to laugh are hardcore Trumpers. Hardcore Trumpers, no matter how good the joke is.
Oh, they won't laugh. Yeah,
they'll get offended at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
That's
the
funny.
only. He's the only one, and it pissed me off.
That's my president. Don't make fun of my president.
But you know what? Those people never got mad when I made fun of Obama.
Yeah.
First of all, I made fun of every president.
Right. That's
But
a
with
job.
Obama, it was worse.
Yeah.
I mean, all I talk about with this guy is he's orange and Oompa Loompa. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah. The obvious stuff.
I mean, with Obama, what was the joke with Obama that I was like, oof, even I went, oof. Oh, I said, yeah, we picked the whitest guy ever. How black is he? I said that what? Oh, here was the joke. The blackest part about Barack Obama is that he doesn't know his dad. Like, that's the blackest part of who he is. And that was like, nobody got offended at that. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's this thing where we were talking about earlier, where these kids have been told that they're important, that they're special, that, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody should make fun of you. You should live a life where you're always happy. It's like sad. My son the other day, he goes, Dad, I'm bored. Yeah, it's part of life, son.
Yeah.
Being bored is part of life. Figure it out.
And also, it didn't become my job to make you happy all the time. I get that all the time from my kids. I'm bored. Well, figure out something to do. I don't know what you want. I have way more resources than I did. We have a pool. Go jump in the pool.
Right.
I don't know. I have no problem telling my kids I like you more than the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other day, my son is going to L.A. right now by himself at 17. He's on a plane right now.
To do what?
He's got business out there. He's doing. He's working with a rap artist and.
What?
He's doing. I'm proud of him.
He's doing the music thing?
He's not doing it. He is managing somebody, and
wow.
I'm very nervous about it, but very proud of him at the same time.
17 is pretty young for that.
He'll be 18 in August. Like he's.
Yeah, I got you.
And then my niece lives out there.
You said that like it's a difference. I love how you became a parent right in front of my face.
I told my wife. My wife is like crying, and I go, "Honey, in 60 days, we're not going to be able to tell him what to do anymore anyway. We might as well give him a good push, you know."
Sure.
So he's out there doing that, and everybody's like, "Well, he's pretty good. He's a smart kid." And I go, "No, he's an idiot. I've seen him do some really dumb things."
Sure.
No, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. This to learn the hard
Are
way.
you scared though?
No.
Yeah, you think
look,
fine, right?
it'd be different if he was going out there to visit my niece or something, just spend a couple of days in LA. But he's literally going out there to meet rappers to go to a rap concert. That makes me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be around. Yeah, you know what, though?
He's not going to be in Compton, though.
You guys are talking about it. It's fentanyl. That's scary, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, all he does is smoke weed, but I don't know. You can get,
Yeah, but they're
weed, the
lacing
fentanyl,
weed
yeah.
with some of that stuff now. I mean, it's crazy how it's in so much stuff. I can't.
I'm worried about that geographically everywhere, so it isn't just L.A. So we'll see.
No, I know. Hey, listen, way back in the day, if somebody, I mean, people still give me drugs all the time, right? That's just a part of it.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was like, all right, I smoke this joint or whatever. You can't do any of that stuff anymore.
I've never taken listener food or drugs. I never know what's in either one of them. If somebody, I baked you this stuff. Oh, thank you, but I'm not eating it. There's no way. I don't know what you did. Rub it on your nuts before you put it.
Yeah, I mean, I take it all in.
Yeah, but I'm not eating it all.
Well, I've eaten some of it, so now I'm like, did I eat somebody's balls?
You most likely got somebody.
You think so?
I'll show that Carlos Mencia. I'll show him.
You think they're good enough actors that they trick me like they're fans and my dumb ass?
Take this cake I made you, Carlos.
It's a little tart. It's not lemon.
It's tart. That should be the best thing about it.
I feel horrible.
Well, whatever. You live through it. It is
All
what it
right.
is.
Well, yeah. But I love that fans are so cool. You know what I mean?
I want to point out that I text Carlos when I found out that he was going to be here this weekend, and I said, Carlos, I am off Thursday and Friday. We're going to miss you, but do you want to go on with the show that's filling in for me? They're actually pretty good guys. And Carlos said, are you here Wednesday? And I said, yes. He goes, I'll come in early, and changed his flight to come in early.
Yeah.
That's I appreciate that.
And awesome. My flight was delayed from LA to Charlotte. I was in B19 and had to run all the way to B18.
Jesus.
I was the last person to board, and they had already given my seat away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's that's how close I was. And thank God I sat next to a dude that was really nice, and he does security, internet security, so it was interesting. But it was almost. It could have been that guy that talks to you the whole time, and you're just like, oh.
I was trying to figure out, like, if I sit next to somebody famous, because I don't normally talk to the people. I'll say, hi, how you doing? When I sit down and all that. But if I go, hi, how you doing? All of a sudden, it's like, somebody super famous. Do I not talk to them at all, or do I just? I don't know. I'd probably just wouldn't say anything.
Right. Well,
I'd just be quiet.
I normally get a window seat, so that I can kind of disappear into the corner.
Away. Yeah.
But the guy took my seat, so they gave me an aisle seat. And I told the flight attendant, I'm like, she's like, what? You're like, you'll see. And of course, bro, somebody recognizes me from, I was the last one. So I sit down, and literally 30 seconds I hear, Carlos! And I turn around, and then he takes a picture.
I would never.
Somebody else takes a picture, and somebody else takes a picture, and they're all coming up asking for a picture. You know what I mean? And I was like, and the lady looked at me, is like, okay, I get it now. I get it. I was like, that's
it's not that you care.
Happen.
You just don't want to do it to everybody else around you either. You know what I mean? Now they all have to deal with it.
And then you get like, well, who is that guy? It's like, it wasn't me. I wasn't asking for this. Yeah. So, but it's fun for them.
Yeah.
I told the guy sitting next to me, I go, this is not my moment, it's theirs. Right. I could be nice for 30 seconds, and they're going to leave going, oh, man, he was nice.
Yeah.
Or I could be like, bro, leave me alone. I'm just flying. And then they're going to be like, meet your heroes. Man, we took a picture of Carl. He's an asshole. Listen, I've gone to concerts, and I made him. We made him. It's like,
Yeah, no. That's, you always got to be nice to the people who got you there.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't be nice to everybody.
True. But you know who said it the best? Penn Jillette from Penn and Teller.
Yeah. What'd he say?
They get off the stage after every show, and they've been doing this since I was in high school. I saw them on Broadway when I was in high school. They get off the stage, they walk right down the middle of the aisle, and they go outside and smoke a cigarette at the end of the show, and they take a picture with everybody that wants to when they walk out.
Yeah.
So I asked Penn Jillette, I said, you've been doing this since I saw you in 1988.
Right.
And I saw you in 2015 in Vegas still doing the same thing with everything you get. If you can't take 5 seconds to be nice to the people who made you millionaires, then you're an asshole.
Yep.
And I said, yep, you're 100% right.
Yep. I completely agree. The only one, it happened one time where I was eating.
Yeah.
Like literally.
That's the part.
Literally
you never remember,
going into my mouth.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, hey, can I take a picture? And I was like, hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Wipe my
Chew
mouth.
it out,
Yeah, sure, man. Come in. I stand up, take a picture with him. And then he goes, he looks over to a table with a bunch of people, and he goes, come on. I'm like, bro. And then he said, you owe us, we made you, right? And I looked at him and I said, let's get something straight.
Yeah.
I take pictures with you because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Not because I owe you. You act like our transaction was only one way.
Right.
I made you laugh.
Right.
I provided you entertainment.
Yeah.
You don't like me.
You didn't raise me.
Because I'm some guy.
Yeah.
The minute I'm not funny, you're not going to come and see my shows. So let's not act that you're my guy forever, no matter what. You're not going to do me once I get fat and ugly.
Right.
So let's be honest. So this isn't what because it pissed me off.
Can
Because
you picture
don't
ever
own
saying
me.
that to somebody,
No,
a
not
famous
a
person? We
million
made
years.
you.
Yeah.
Ugh. That'd be
But
ridiculous.
we're normal people. There's a lot of
true.
idiots out there.
Oh, bro, and you can't make fun of stupid people anymore.
Yeah, I do.
I do too, but I get in trouble for it now because you can't call here's what it is. The minute we started having less kids and they became more and more important,
Right.
we stopped being parents. It's like, how many times have you heard mothers go, "This is my daughter, but she's really my best friend."
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't need a best friend.
No,
she needs a daughter. Plus, you're not her best friend. You're her daughter. Her best friend is going to introduce her to the guy who she's going to go down on.
Right.
Like, that's her friend.
That's a friend.
Right?
Yeah.
Like she's a facilitator, you're a blocker. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're like, it's gotten ridiculous, bro. I swear to God, during COVID, I'm trying to figure out how to pay for my son's school. He goes to Campbell Hall High School in Studio City. All right, just so if you want to check,
Right.
$42,000 for the
For high
ninth grade.
school. Holy cow.
Ninth grade. So during COVID, no work.
Yeah.
Going, all right, money's invested and stuff.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
have liquid. Trying to figure out, all right, how do I pay for this? Right? I'm taking my kid to school. He's in the back. He has a weird face. So I look back and I go, "Hey, look, is everything okay?" And he goes, and I remember I was about to perform at the club inside the Ramada Inn.
Okay.
In Jacksonville, right, the Comedy Zone. So I'm about to drop him off, and he looks at me and he goes, "Dad, I have anxiety," and I just put the brakes and I said, "Oh, you have anxiety? Because I'm about to go to a goddamn show at a Ramada Inn to pay for your ass, dude." I snapped, bro. Snapped.
That's anxiety, son.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
anxiety. But he didn't get it. And it's my wife's fault. Because anytime our kids start making a face, she'll be like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah.
And whatever they say, she'll go, "Well, that's their feelings." I don't care. It's our job as a parent to go, "You stubbed your toe. Get over
Deal
it."
with it, yeah. Or
Right?
else you're gonna have a bunch of soft kids, man.
Well, that's what's happening. Like, I remember my dad. What would my dad do? If I exaggerated a little bit, he would pick me up and start running toward the car, going, "We got to take him to the hospital. He's going to die." And I just start like, "Dude, okay, I get it. Stop. And he'd be like, "No, you were crying like you were going to die." Right. And they taught us how to view the world from a, hey, it's not that bad perspective.
Yeah.
For these kids today, if it's not perfect,
They're a bunch of babies.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't understand. You don't get it.
I feel it's they're a certain age. I wouldn't do it when they were younger, but I have no problem telling my kids you're idiots now. I
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah, and my daughter's 11 now, so when she does, I go, "Well, yeah, it's because you're dumb. Don't do, figure it out first before you do." I would never say that to them when they were little, but now they know that.
Yeah. My sons got titiris when they were probably 11ish.
Yeah.
That's when it
starts to.
Yeah. That's when I allowed the rest of the family to do it, right? That's when I said, okay, it's okay. And they would do something stupid, and somebody in my family would be like, "Titiri," you know what I mean? Like that was the moment for them.
We have not. I'm going to be honest. Most of this is my fault, and Galvin has pointed it out over the years several times. I make plans to do things, and then I don't really follow through with them,
right?
Because other things come up.
He's an optimistic liar.
Yes,
is what I call him.
Is that what it is?
Because my intentions are good.
I'm like you.
Yeah. I imagine so.
I mean what I at that moment. I mean it.
Right.
100%.
Here's my plan. This works out. Let me hear this one out.
Let's hear it.
Friday night.
Yes.
My son is out of town. Okay. My daughter and my wife are going to see Justin Timberlake on
Where's
Friday,
he at?
Down at the Amalie Arena, which is downtown Tampa.
Okay.
In that process, they will have to drive through Ybor City and on that area. I think I may come to the early show.
Nice.
And get dropped off and then have them go to the concert and then come pick me up afterwards. I would like to try and do it. Right now, as the optimistic liar,
okay,
that is my plan to do on Friday night.
Cool.
There's,
Well, know
there's
this
hours
about me.
in between those
Right.
days, so you never know what's going to happen.
Once you get past the circle of trust with me,
Yes.
that stuff doesn't matter because I know
Right.
what you intend.
Yes.
And I also know that those things might not work out,
Yeah.
but I know that your heart
Oh no,
is in
you're
the right
always
place.
you're always good. You're always
Correct.
Good.
So it doesn't matter to me whether you do or not
Right.
in that respect.
Right. I know what you're saying.
There
You're
will
not
be
like,
no
what a dick,
negative.
you didn't come.
There will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
no negative stuff. It was kind of like I was supposed to. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. I think I was here, and then somebody was performing, and I was gonna drive from
Yes.
from Orlando, and I really wanted to.
I know, and I kept saying,
I really
yeah.
wanted to. It was called Kreischer. We're gonna go see Kreischer because he did like a midday show or something
Yes,
like that.
he
They
did the
promoted
Calling
here.
Sick to Work show. Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
one. And I was gonna come. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to be with them. I wanted to meet them. I wanted to hang out with you guys. It just didn't work out.
work
You know
out.
what I
It doesn't
mean?
always work out.
But my intent was 100%.
Okay, good. We're on the same page. So maybe I'll see you Friday. If not, I'm going to hit you up when we're in Vegas and see if you're around there.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me
That'd
know.
be cool.
100%. Let me know. And well, you won't need a room, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. We're looking to go to the UFC to see McGregor fight. Although
And when is that? What's the date?
that's the 28th, 29th. Sorry, it's Saturday the 29th
Of July?
of June. No, it's this month.
Oh.
At the end of this month.
Oh, that'll be the weekend that I'm there.
Yeah. So hopefully
That'll be my first weekend.
Oh, good. It'll be there.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared.
Are
I'm
you?
gonna lie to you. Hell
Why?
yeah, dude. Because you
Yeah.
never know, man. You never know.
Once you break one out, you're good.
Yeah, well, you know what? You get stuck in the. I don't know. Sometimes I get stuck in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once I'm on stage, I know I'm gonna make them laugh. I know
Right.
I'm gonna get them going. I know I'm gonna do my thing. But you know, before that, there's always those insecurities.
That's good. Ralphie actually said to me, I said, do you ever get nervous before a show? And he said, do you get nervous before you do radio? And I go, no. And he goes, yeah, so I don't get nervous. He goes, am I concerned with how it's going to go? He said, yes, before every show. And he goes, and when you're not concerned, that's when you don't care anymore. So you're still in a position where you care.
I call it nervous, but it's not negative nervous.
Right.
My heart goes faster.
Yeah. It's excited. You're excited.
I have to pee every 10 minutes or 10, you know what I mean? Like, it starts. But here's the weird part. My brain literally functions faster.
Yeah.
When I'm about to go on
Catch
stage.
up to it, yeah.
Right? Like the synapses fire much quicker. The answers come just like that. Whereas when I'm off stage, they're not as fast. Everything changes once I get on stage.
Yeah.
The only thing I've realized is I sometimes don't smile enough on stage.
Yeah. Well, don't look mean. I get that all the time.
Yeah,
People say
you
I
do
look
that
mean
too?
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just not a smiley guy, but I'm in a great mood all the time. So
Well, here's the thing. Everybody's laughing.
yeah.
So like I
it's
see
working
my
out.
face,
Yeah.
but I'm listening to this laughter. Like I posted something a couple days ago that they literally are laughing for like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a
That's a
long
good
time.
laugh, yeah.
And I'm just walking around, but I'm watching it going, smile, bitch. Jesus, what's wrong with you?
You're into it. You're intense. That's the thing. You're into what you're doing.
Yeah. I love those trips, bro. I love seeing it. I love, you know what I mean? I love when the people that I do the jokes about that are affected by it come up to me and tell me, you know what I mean? Hey, thank you for talking about us. Thank you. There's nothing like somebody with cerebral palsy or some disease like that coming up to me after a show and saying, thank you for acknowledging us.
Well, that's good. That's
You know
good.
what I mean?
Well,
Like, it feels so great. You know what I mean?
Plenty of weirdos to see in Ybor City this weekend. I guarantee you that.
Well, what I love about Ybor City, it's the only place in America where you literally go to one edge of the street and you walk into a bar and it's trance. Then go to the next bar and it's country. Go to the next bar and it's rock and roll. Bam, bam, bam. Go to the next bar and it's just a regular DJ.
Vampires.
Yeah, and then go to the next bar. Everybody's gay. Then to the next bar, everybody's trans. It is the craziest place to party like that anywhere in America. There
it's
is
a good
no
time.
place like Ybor City.
It's a good time for sure. Bro, thank you for coming in early.
Always, brother.
It's always great to see you.
Oh, it's worth being here and not having anything to do for a day.
Good. Spanish. Do we have more shirts?
I'm sure we do, yeah.
Carlos Mencia, one of the #1 Mike Calta Show shirts wearers in our entire guest portfolio.
Dude, I wear the hat so much, it's beginning to have that baseball player salty brim, bro.
I need to make new hats, man. I haven't made hats since such a long time. I need to make new hats. But we got shirts, so at least we'll hook it up there.
Yeah, we got it, man.
Bro, thank you. Go see Carlos at the Funny Bone in Ybor City this weekend. Go to TampaFunnyBone.com or CarlosMencia.com, and you can click over and buy your tickets there. And I am going to try and come by on Friday and see the show. 'Cause I sure as hell ain't going to Justin Timberlake, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, if you come, I promise I'll do the whole impression of the guy with cerebral palsy.
Okay,
Because I don't always do it. It just happens or it doesn't.
All right.
But if you come, I'll do it because
All right.
it's crazy how when I do the full body walking whole thing, it's something to see, bro.
All right, good. Something to look forward to. We'll take a quick break. Actually, I'm not going to lie. We're going to take a long break because we're running behind, but we'll be back. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. We blew through this show today. Tomorrow, we'll do Galvin's open letter. I don't want to rush it and play in the 9:40 in the show.
Now.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow, and Cody Tucker will join us tomorrow.
Little bonus, since we were supposed to be off tomorrow, we'll move the open letter to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for those of you I didn't make it quite clear, we are going to be live tomorrow. Initially, we're supposed to be off Thursday and Friday, but I'm not leaving until Friday, so we are going to work tomorrow, and then that's it. We'll just take off on Friday, and we'll be back on Monday. How do you like
Where are you
that?
going?
Must know everything. Going fishing.
I'm just asking a question. Well, yeah, that's what I was wondering because it seemed, and your wife and daughter are going to a concert in the area, so I was just wondering, like, is it just kind of like a family?
Yeah.
vacay?
We're just going to the beach for the weekend.
Staycay, nice.
Yeah,
Hell
little
yeah.
Father's Day action.
Nice.
Yeah, they're going to Justin Timberlake, which I don't really think that I'd want to sit through. Like, I didn't want to go to it. Not that I don't like Justin Timberlake. I just don't know if I'd want to sit through a 2-hour concert.
Two songs I could do, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like if he was on, like when FLZ does that Jingle Ball, it's great. You get 3 hits out of the artist, then they're
Yeah.
out, and the next artist comes up. You're like, all right, that I can handle.
Yeah.
So
I dig it.
I'm out.
I like Justin Timberlake. I'd go see him.
But I would like to go see. Yeah, I don't dislike him. I just don't want to go to the concert. You know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think it does work out though. Then I'll have Tom drop me off in Ybor, go hang out with Carlos,
Yeah.
and then let them go to the show, and then just pick me up after.
Hell yeah.
How do you like that?
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of
I got
fun.
a plan. Yeah. She actually said, she goes, yeah, we're going to the thing. And I go, I got a free night. I got a free Friday night. I'm going out. I'm
Let's get
I'm doing
weird.
work. Yesterday on the show, I said to Titus O'Neil that I have a girl that I want to set you up with. And I said, if you marry her, I need to be in the wedding party. He said, you have to be the best man. And I was like, okay, you said it, so it's happening. So last night I sent him a picture of the girl, and he wrote back, and I quote, he said, she's beautiful. And I said, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to try and set you up with a mediocre broad.
Did you say, I'm currently married to her, but if something.
No. Oh, come on. I got a show to do.
I told you.